self perfected.
Let's go! Come and get the news, get some common sense too. Breaking through the filter that's been clouding the view. Step out the algorithm, take back control. No bias, no opinion, just pure gold. Tune in, wake up, it's time to reflect. What's best for all is what we dissect. No spins, no games, just the truth in your ear. Self-perfected, making things clear. So if you're ready to see and you're ready to choose, come and get the news with the common sense view. Self-perfected, making things clear.
What's up, guys?
Howdy.
What's up, Mitch? There we go. That took forever for it to go off the screen. What the hell? What's up?
Hey,
Oh man, I got something in my throat.
do y'all hear me just fine?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Great. All right, I'm right on time.
I'm not complaining about y'all's mics. They sound fine. But compared to the fucking theme
Intro?
song, it's like so loud, right?
We used to have a louder
Jeez.
theme song. I don't know if you remember that.
What was the? Oh, what was that?
Everybody would complain about it and we'd never stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it again? It was like I remember it was like walking through some like data center of the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like a clicking of the heels, like
Yeah. What was the first part though?
I don't know.
I don't remember, dude. I tried suppressing that memory.
I'm sure we've scarred somebody that they remember it.
Damn. What's up, guys?
So, what's up, yo?
What is going on?
Drake and I were talking off stream. I don't remember what it was about though.
We're talking about stuff.
Oh,
Talking about
this new psyop about Mythos.
We were talking about that too.
Is it just
Yeah,
a
we gotta-
myth or is it a fable?
Or is it a os?
Operating system.
Myth OS.
Wow. That's some spells right there.
Wow. Anti-air conditioning campaign in Germany. The dangers of air conditioning.
I saw a comedian talking about that. I didn't think it was real. I just thought he was just like going off about not using air conditioning. And like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I don't know. Like, we need our international viewers to chime in on this. Is it a real thing? Is it just a way of psyoping Americans into thinking we're superior?
Wow.
I've been seeing a lot. I don't know if you've seen this, Cam. There's been a lot of like Europeans and Asians who are here for the World Cup talking about like America's so awesome. Oh, how could I believe that it wasn't awesome? Have you seen these?
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Walmart.
They're psyoping us.
I know.
They're like, you
Legit.
guys are awesome. Don't worry.
I'm like,
You got Texas Roadhouse.
I'm not buying any of this shit.
Texas
actually.
Roadhouse sucks so much. I ate it once. It was actually Cracker Barrel was even worse.
Whoa. Cracker Barrel's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you
I
in
got the
Europe who
steak.
don't know what
it was
Cracker
so
Barrel is.
salty. It was so it really had me aware of how fucked up the average American's palate is, like their taste buds,
Yeah.
like how much they have to salt that stuff.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go to Cracker Barrel when you were a kid?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So
Oh,
for those of you who don't know what it is, basically, it's an American restaurant. You come in, you basically have to spend 3 hours in a gift shop.
Oh yeah.
Then they take you to your table. It's not really a table. It's a bunch of stools sitting around a barrel. The barrel is half full of crackers, and you're not allowed to use your hands.
Wait, what?
Versus Texas Roadhouse,
What?
where basically you also wait for 3 hours for a table. They basically force you to eat peanuts.
Yes,
And then-
yes.
and then-
I
and then
suppress
you-
both
and then
these
you leave.
memories.
And then you
No,
leave.
no. I don't. There's nothing
And then
about
if you order a
crackers at
steak,
Cracker
it's
Barrel.
super
I think he was
salty.
just doing a play on words there. The Texas Roadhouse.
The gift shop part is true. of
There's
Cracker
total.
Barrel.
Yeah, the gift shop part is true. The peanut part is true.
Two truths and a lie.
The barrel
Cameron
of
edition.
crackers is not true.
When they started that gift shop, they thought of that idea and they're like, "This is brilliant." And like the CEO was like, "This is gonna be like shooting crackers in a barrel."
That is not a phrase.
It is a phrase.
Okay, the gift shop though was killer. It was killer because I remember we'd spend so much time. I would just be going through the aisles.
What is it like? Humorous? Like, what's so cool about a gift shop?
I don't know. I
What's
was a
so
kid.
cool about a gift shop? Yeah, as a kid,
I was a kid, and there's like a whole bunch of like fun, wacky things in there.
Okay. So there's at least that like novelty factor.
have you not?
Have you never been to a Cracker Barrel?
Once, and I clearly suppressed it because it was fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
I was like, this is the worst. I
know-
don't. Normally, I at least like going out to eat a little bit. After that one, I was like, I would have
how
been
old were
better,
you?
like right before Aristotle was born.
Uh,
Just you know how pregnant women
Okay,
can
all right,
sometimes
all
have
right.
they were
So
on
you
the
didn't go as a
babies.
kid.
She's
All right.
like, we drive past this Cracker Barrel all the time. You never been? We should go. I was like, okay, sure. It can't be.
No.
It
It's
can't be
something
bad,
you gotta do
right?
as a child. You gotta.
Did you guys have
do it,
something called
like-
Old Country Buffet?
What the fuck is that?
It's
is it
it's
spelled
what,
with a K?
it's like the classic buffet kind of
Like
thing.
we have something called
like
Golden
not very
Corral.
good.
We have Golden Corral.
It would
Golden
probably
Corral.
be like a go. I've never been a Golden Corral, but it's probably like that.
Golden
But I remember
Corral.
going to that as a kid, and I'd go with my grandparents, so they let me do whatever. I would just like get a plate full of Jello cubes and just eat Jello cubes
That
and
sounds
eat
like
ice
Golden
cream.
Corral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys
That
have
was
the
my
Corral?
version of nostalgic.
As a child,
restaurant.
was the shit. That was the shit. As a
Golden
child.
Corral?
Yeah.
Yeah, like buffet gets you that
You get the
consumerism-
buffet.
consumerism
you go-
character
you get
really
the-
growing.
The ice cream that you could just
Yeah,
soft serve
okay.
yourself.
It must have been. It's probably owned by the same fucking company. Now it's owned by BlackRock.
Well, everything's owned by BlackRock. You're
Did you know
owned by-
BlackRock is owned by Cracker Barrel?
I did
It's in their
not.
gift
What?
shop.
Since when?
The Cracker
That gift
Barrel
shop was just so
Industrial
successful.
Complex.
Oh,
I heard
man.
Cracker Barrel is pivoting to AI.
That would make sense. It was pretty empty in there the last time I went.
Yeah, they have to
The only
become an AI
redeeming
company.
quality of Cracker Barrel was the little golf tee peg game
Yes.
they would have on the table.
Yes.
Is that game even fun? I never even played that game.
No.
I've seen it.
You probably got 4 pegs left, which means you're an ignoramus.
It's an IQ test.
Yeah.
Ooh, we gonna do an IQ test again today?
We should do the,
The
peg,
peg
game.
game?
We should do the peg game. And see who
Live.
can- how many-
Yeah.
They probably have it online. I wouldn't be surprised. Aaliyah said it's hard. She's like, I got 1 peg. No, you start with 1 peg. It's like the SAT. You get 200 points for writing your name.
All right. Look, this is for those of you who don't know the peg game. Let me see if I can. There we go.
You're gonna see
Here's
live
the
IQ
peg game.
test.
Here's the peg game right here. You had, well, one was supposed to be missing. So it's
Oh, I
supposed
thought you were
to be
gonna find
this.
like an online version of it.
I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can find an online.
Online peg game.
How to solve the Cracker
Don't-
Barrel. How to always win the peg game. Oh gosh. All right, all right.
That's a sign of real IQ.
Peg game online. Oh, here we go. All right,
Triangular
so you're
peg solitaire.
supposed to, whoa, look at that. Wow.
Drake already
Okay.
lost.
I I had to make a move. What are you talking about? All right, all right. So you
Okay, so
basically
what's the
do this
premise? You
stuff.
basically have to jump over. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're
All
so
right,
screwed.
we'll go this
You're
way.
so screwed.
Oh.
You're so screwed, dude.
I'm just doing a fast peg game
Oh,
for everybody. Okay. Ah, no, I fucked it
No,
up.
you're screwed.
I fucked it up. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, 3 pegs left.
What
does that
3
mean? 3. No, they don't have the.
No, they have. Usually they have a little thing on there that says what your IQ is based on
3 peg game. Crackle
the.
Barrel.
If you get 4 pegs left, it says this is why you're eating a Cracker Barrel.
All right, let's see. Share this 7 3 peg method. No. What's it say when you get 3 on the?
No, just say
Image.
like Cracker Barrel rules.
Okay, jump
there it is, right
all but one game. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Jesus, jump all but one games. Jump each T and remove it. Leave only one. You're a genius. Leave two. You're pretty smart. Leave three, and you're just plain dumb. Leave four or more, and you're just plain ignoramus. All right. So,
Well,
you
there we go.
guys.
Well, welcome to the club, Drake.
I'm just plain dumb. It's okay.
That's fine. Just plain dumb.
Listen, Sandro. No, it was four or more is an ignoramus. Gosh.
Well,
So-
I'm still never gonna eat at Cracker Barrel again in my life. So
No, it's not good, dude. Like when I was a kid, I liked it, and then I went there once, maybe when I was like 23, and I was like, this sucks. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys want to talk about today? We got so many different topics. We've got the whole AI thing with Anthropic and all that, and it's kicked up a firestorm. Did you see this thing
Okay.
from Dave Chappelle?
no.
I
Oh,
can't tell
yeah.
if he's joking or not.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
share
Play
that.
that. Do you have that?
I have it.
Dave Chappelle. I don't think he's joking. I think he's being serious.
You know what's funny? Okay, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were laughing about how no one really would know what to teach a kid now. What skill sets are going to matter 10 or 20 years from now, as the world becomes automated and everything is just changing. So we decided that your character is your destiny. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, if you're a good person, that's pretty much all you can ask from anybody, and hope for the best. I don't know if anyone needs to think anymore.
What do you mean by that? The machines are doing all the work for us?
It's AI, it's quantum computing, it just seems like thinking is for poor people. It's a joke, by the way. I forgot where I was. But it's true. It's just like who's, you know, no one reads books anymore. It's just so different from when I grew up. You know, it's funny. Okay.
Okay.
I was
They
Says he's joking.
No, he's not joking. It's not a joke. They specifically used Dave Chappelle because they could get away with saying thinking is for poor people.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my takeaway from the whole clip. Is 'cause
Sounds like
on
he's
PBS.
been reading some Destiny.
No, I don't think so.
He
Thinking.
did say your character's your destiny.
You don't have to think anymore, guys. Don't even think about the prompt. Just let the prompt itself. You just be a good person.
I like that. Sounded like it could be a song. Let the prompt itself. Boom, boom.
I need to get Will.i.am on that.
Let the prompt.
Did we listen to
prompt
Boom Boom
itself.
Pow live on the podcast one time? No, I think
Listen to it
Cameron
right
read the
now.
lyrics. I think Cameron read the lyrics one
Do you
time.
not listen to Boom Boom Pow?
I'm generally listening to it while we do the podcast.
Oh,
generally.
just in the background. Yeah. I think we should talk about the Mythos thing, and then for sure, there was so much.
Mitch has an agenda.
Did you see that tweet about the World Cup? How the U.S. is the only country to bomb another country while simultaneously hosting it at the World Cup.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? That's crazy.
I mean, we don't have to go that much onto it, but what, like, Iran is bombing bases. U.S. is striking Iran again. It's
What's
not
really- it's
over.
just backing
like,
at
what
it?
the hell? Like, yeah.
I don't understand. Okay, the World Cup and the Olympics is supposed to be like, you know, oh, everybody's included. You know, like the world is all
United.
one. We're together. We can work together. And then you're fucking bombing each other while the event is going on. Like, it makes no fucking sense.
Did you see that viral clip of that newscaster? It was like some ABC station or something, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
ABC News.
Nothing about ABC News is viral to me.
Let me just see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was ABC. Yeah, here we go. Here you go. This caused a firestorm, apparently.
Like the Boyle Heights fire.
Okay, the next round, Team USA will play Bosnia next Wednesday. And one thing about Bosnia, I could not point out where it is on a map. I don't know the first thing about Bosnia, and I don't want to know. That's because Team USA, we're back, we're better than ever. That's next Wednesday. Get prepared, Bosnia, because you don't want it. next Wednesday.
So then, disrespectful World Cup. Let me see if I can find the here's her statement. In a poor effort to have a little fun with World Cup competition, I took it too far and made a thoughtless comment on air that was insensitive and inappropriate. I apologize to the people of Bosnia and the Bosnian football team. The World Cup is supposed to be about uniting communities around the world, and my comment didn't reflect that spirit. Wishing all the like, it's,
What? I thought this was like a competition. What?
There's some 1984 shit.
I don't understand. I don't
all she
get
said
it.
was, I don't know where Bosnia is, and I don't want to know.
What's the problem with that?
And that they don't want it. They aren't
I mean,
ready
it's
for
it's
it or
really clear
something.
she's dumb. I think that's the whole thing. Is like she's playing into like the dumb, cute chick on like dumb, cute girl about sports. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
Spit
the
stereotype.
world would be a better place without that expression.
Hold on.
Mitch, I disagree actually.
Hold on.
Oh,
Where'd I go?
IQ test, geography test.
Ooh,
Let me go
Ew.
back. What the hell?
you're gonna have to zoom in because
Which one is it sharing?
Is sharing
It
Europe
shows
countries, but it's small.
Europe
Like,
countries, but
Share this tab
and they're all
instead.
numbered.
Here we go. Where is
okay.
Bosnia?
All right,
Where is Bosnia?
there's
Okay.
no such thing. That's a made up country.
Is it that one? Can you see my card?
It's not that one. I know it's not that one.
Is it this one?
I know it's not that one.
I
All right, let's see.
think
Let's see
I
how
know
many
which
we
one.
can get. Let's see how many.
I think I know.
You know where Bosnia is?
Where is it, Mitch? I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around here,
I think you're a little bit. No, I think it's a little bit east.
right there,
No, that's west. You're going west.
here.
Do you know which one Moldova is, Cameron? Okay, you know which one Ukraine is? The big bad one.
This one.
Yes. Now go down. Now down. Now down. I think it's then the next one to the left.
Which one? Top left or bottom left?
The one that looks like it's eating the smaller one. Not that one. Above.
okay,
Right above.
above,
I think it's that
okay.
one.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna check.
All right, fact check, Mitchell. In real time. Mitchell, this is your IQ test.
Uh-oh. Better. Yeah. I think I'm right. I'm within
Hold on.
that or the two underneath it.
All right, let's find out. Oh, Moldova, I see. Okay.
Oh, it's Serbia. Fuck.
that
It's
was
not even on the
Serbia.
map.
No. Go. It's right under
So
Serbia.
zoom
it's
in
right under
to
Serbia.
where Serbia is. Zoom in there. Zoom in more. Zoom in. Oh, that was
It's right here.
Bosnia's to the left of it. Oh, you're so close. Off by one.
Oh, what were you guys gonna guess? Come on.
But it's
I was not going to guess at all.
But it's Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I'm very good at geography, guys. I
Wow.
have a core memory in third grade. I almost won the geography bee. Somehow, I didn't even know
Almost.
what I was doing. I end up
He was
in
off
the
by
school's
one.
like
His last
principal
question
office.
was, "Where is Bosnia?"
No.
And he still didn't learn.
No, it was
That
crazy.
gets me every
I
time.
literally was just like in a trance as a kid. You know, you're like in school. I'm in like third grade. Next thing you know, I'm in the filming room. It's like where they would broadcast the school news every day. And then all of a sudden, like all this pressure's on, and I'm me versus other kid to win the geography bee for the school. I'm like, oh shit. And then the last question was like, where are the Ozark Mountains? And I got it wrong, and this other kid got it right. And I just remember being like, fuck, I must avenge this and win.
Where are they? Are they in Arkansas?
And I think they're in like the edge of Georgia or something weird. I still don't know to this day. I just went into a blind rage of like,
Georgia.
I must win.
Really?
Georgia? Ozarks?
Actually, I have no idea where they are.
No.
Is the Ozark-
Ozarks are not in Georgia. You mean like the state of Georgia? No.
Or the country.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Illinois. Okay.
There you go.
Well, I didn't know where
It
the
has the
Ozark.
word arc in
Something
the
about
name.
where
And
are
you
the
still don't
Ozark
know where the
Mountains.
Ozarks are. And
Yeah, I just went into a blind rage and into possession. And when I was in second grade, And I was like, I wanted to
Hawaii.
win. So it was like victory was given to me right there. And I was like, holy shit, I'm actually good at this. And then it was just taken from me. And I was like, fuck.
Now they
I
have
like
a
how
whole
they-
TV show called The Ozarks just to rub it in your face.
And he
I've
still
never
hasn't
watched
looked
it.
up where
I've never
that
watched it
is.
because this is clearly a childhood wound.
Is that like similar to the Yellowstone?
No, I think it's more like a Breaking Bad drug kind of thing.
Where is Yellowstone?
In the show, it's actually in Montana, but it's in Wyoming in real life. Well, I think it's actually in both.
Yeah.
It's a giant park.
Yellowstone. But did you think that it was in California?
I thought it was in the Grand Canyon.
No.
Sounds like similar. Like it would be like in the same place.
No,
I can't tell if you're pulling a Dave Chappelle on me right now.
he's not.
Damn. All right, I'm the geography buff of the group. I finally found my location point in process, guys.
You can't
I'm
even
the
find the
geography
location
guy.
point of Bosnia.
But I was closer than you were.
No, it wasn't. I said it was like in that area. Dude,
Drake didn't even
changes like
guess.
every 5 years.
Listen,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What was that movie, Behind Enemy Lines? Did you ever watch that movie?
no.
Is that what inspired you to join the Air Force, Cameron? Watching Behind
Actually, I
Enemy
did
Behind
watch
Enemy-
Behind the Enemy.
No, it was
Was
Black
that in
Hawk
Bosnia?
Down.
Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, Black Hawk Down. That was,
It became Bosnia and Herzegovina on March 1992,
oh, that was 34 years ago.
following the collapse of Yugoslavia. Is Yugoslavia still existing?
I remember Yugoslavia when I was a kid.
Okay, hold on, Mitch. Mitch, you can redeem yourself.
All right.
I know where Yugoslavia.
Where is Yugoslavia?
I know. Oh shit.
So Yugoslavia still exists?
No, it does not.
Where is it?
Well, I need to know, does it exist first? Otherwise, I'm throwing darts at a random
That's
map.
part of the question.
Final answer, Yugoslavia does not exist anymore.
Yugoslavia does not exist, but it still
Probably like
exists in part.
Slovenia? Is it like Slovenia?
Not Slovenia.
See, how does Yugoslavia not exist? Where'd it go?
Yugoslavia does not exist. It's Czechoslovakia.
There's
also
all
does
right,
not
no,
exist
that's Czech
anymore.
Republic.
It's
Drake,
now the Czech Republic.
Drake, you're making the Americans look bad here.
It's not Czech
It's like we
Republic.
only
I'm not making anybody look
Yugoslavia.
Where's the Czech Republic?
bad.
Czechia in the middle.
It's
see-
got to
I
be
see- I see
near
next to
Germany.
Germany.
There it is. Yeah, Czech.
I see.
Okay.
Says
Oh
Czechia.
wow.
I don't think Yugoslavia still exists.
Czechia. They changed the name.
They're
I know
just
they're
making
doing
up
that with
countries.
Turkey too.
Moldova. They're just making
Okay, look.
stuff up over here.
So it's Czechia and Slovakia. But I think that used to be
No,
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia. I think Yugoslavia is like more like by.
It was like down here. wasn't it?
No,
Macedonia.
that's that
yeah.
used to be Czechoslovakia.
It's like that part of Europe I know nothing about.
We know.
None of us do.
Sarajevo. Okay, go in more. In more. Bosnia.
Kosovo is a
Herzegovina?
country. Where's you? I thought Yugoslavia was like a part of Kosovo or something.
Yeah,
Serbia?
yeah, maybe or like part of Serbia.
Let me
Dude,
look it up.
Romania is huge. Holy
Where
shit.
was Yugoslavia?
Listen, I'm sure if we ask any of the Europeans, where is
That whole thing? Oh, they had to break that shit up. Divide and conquer.
Wait, so what did it become? Yugo nostalgia? Is that an anagram for Yugoslavia? New states.
Belgrade?
Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Where is that?
Then, okay, it became Bosnia. It became Bosnia
Serbia and
Herzegovina.
Montenegro.
Okay, so Serbia.
And then
they've
it
got
also looks like it became
Republic
Bosnia.
of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
And then Croatia,
Macedonia,
and
Slovenia. When did that
Wow.
start? So all this used to be Yugoslavia.
Wow. Yeah, they're probably like rising up too much. Like divide and conquer.
I'm out. I'm tapped out. I can't
Trade can't handle it. Too
look
much.
at any more maps.
Yeah, so like you can't complain that Americans are ignorant of European geography when you keep changing it like every 5 years.
That's true. That's true.
It's fair.
If they had AC, this wouldn't be a problem.
You know what? Actually, how is it fair? Well, I don't know. You know, they always make the jokes of like America's such a new country, you know, but then like that's literally a new country, or at least it's a new name at the very least. It used to be
Yeah,
called
they
something
just call it
different.
Europe, so it sounds like it's one thing.
Yeah. They're like those are all new. That's all these borders are new. What the fuck?
When
And
did the
France,
okay, when did the European Union come into existence? Like not that long ago, right? Like 20 years
Like
ago.
within the last 30 years, I think. No,
I think so. I think it was an attempt at.
because I feel like when I was a kid,
it was like becoming a new thing, right? The
The
Euros.
Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
right, right.
It was
Yeah,
before the Euro existed.
It was before the Euro, exactly.
1993.
Okay,
What?
see,
What? Really?
It's
Apparently.
when you were born.
When did the Euro come out? Let's see. When did the Euro?
When was the first Eurovision?
January 1st, 1999.
Okay, see,
The Euro.
See? yeah, I would have been like 8 or something. No, 7. So there you
What
go.
does Europe even mean?
It's named after the planet, or the moon Europa.
Europa, which is a goddess, I assume. I don't know.
Probably
Goddess
means like
Europa.
it probably means like Satan worship or something.
Not a goddess.
From the Greek
What?
words Eurus and ops, meaning wide gazing or broad of aspect. Here we go.
It's your ops.
It is likely described the blah blah blah. Classic mythology. She is known as a Phoenician princess abducted by Zeus, who disguised himself as a white bull and carried to Crete. So it was like literally the woman that got kidnapped by the demigod.
There's a lot of women who got kidnapped by Zeus. Zeus is not a demigod. He's a full god.
How dare you?
What are you talking about?
Demigod.
Why would you call him that?
It's like symbolic of a woman.
Where'd you learn that?
kidnapped by-
Geography class? They're like
now-
teaching you all the wrong information. What school did you go to?
So now we just need to find out who calls themselves Jupiter or Zeus, right?
Ooh.
Because they're planning to rape Europa.
Hey, did you guys know this too? I found this on a random page the other day. You know the myth of Prometheus? Do you know at the end that Prometheus gets freed by Hercules?
Oh,
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that either. I just had to look it up.
You watching a Disney movie?
yeah. Which one?
Hercules shoots and kills the eagle and broke Prometheus's chains.
Wow.
I don't know what Prometheus then did.
So wait. Is this so? Prometheus is like up on the rock, getting his liver eaten out, whatever. But then, I think that story ends there. And then in Hercules's epic, then he goes and like that's one of his.
It's a whole thing. Holy shit. Hold on. Okay.
That's like one of his challenges that he does. Like
I like how
he
you
kills
said
the
getting his
lion.
liver eaten out. Like he was enjoying it.
Yeah. Okay. So
How would you have said it, Cam?
okay.
Not that way. He was
This is
getting a liver
crazy.
job from
I thought that was
eagle.
just the end of the story. It's eternal punishment. So, okay. Prometheus steals fire from the gods. Zeus gets pissed. Zeus chains him up, makes the eagle eat his liver forever. Hercules, this is the part I didn't know. Hercules then comes and frees him. Then, after Hercules frees him from the Caucasus Mountains, Prometheus reconciled with Zeus by revealing a crucial prophecy. Any son born to the sea nymph Thetis would grow up to be greater than his father. Following his liberation, he starts advising Zeus. He makes him wear a ring as a symbolic reminder of his punishment. This sparked the human tradition of wearing rings and wreaths. That's funny because in the Olympics they symbolize it with rings too. Regaining divinity. In some versions of the myths, the centaur Chiron traded his immortality to die in Prometheus's place, allowing Prometheus to fully return to Olympus.
Stuff actually makes more sense than the Bible, to be honest.
I know.
At least give you more
Read Prometheus
detail.
and Atlas.
At least they give you more detail.
Okay. So they tell some of the stories of Hercules in the Odyssey, right? And then the rest of them, Like I'm thinking the rest of the stories are like in what was the guy with the fleece?
Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
No,
Did he wear a fleece?
he didn't come till
A fleece? Who wears a fleece?
years later.
Tech Bros.
The
Yeah.
Argonauts. Argonauts.
Jason.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Sounds like a
Jason
band.
Voorhees.
And then didn't he like also with? Didn't they do something with Hercules?
Dude, I don't know
No,
any
they
of
were
that stuff.
traveling with the main dude, Odysseus.
Oh, okay, they did not do anything with Hercules.
I don't know he was in the Odyssey.
Drake, can you just download all of Greek mythology and then narrate it for us in your Drake voice? That sounds.
And both
You can be like our
classical Greek mythology and modern pop culture, like the Hercules, the animated series. Hercules joins Jason and his elite band of sailors, the Argonauts, on their epic quest to retrieve the Golden Fleece. See,
Oh,
I get all my Greek mythology knowledge from that 90s TV show Hercules.
90s TV show.
Yeah. With like Kevin Sorbo.
Okay, I remember that.
And Xena Princess Warrior.
I remember. Yeah, didn't they do like a crossover
Probably.
like all the time? Xena Princess Warrior. I didn't really understand it, but I liked what she was wearing as a kid. So I watched.
I don't think I ever watched it actually.
There's a lot of like ring throwing and some. But I watched it.
wow! I know. I don't even know who this is.
You don't know Xena? Cam, pull up Xena. Pull up Xena for my boy Mitch.
I got Xena.
And she had a sidekick too.
It was a blonde chick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what you
Her?
got there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her. That's her. That's Xena.
Lucy
And a little
Lawless
sidekick.
is her name. There's no way that's her real name.
I think she's
And then
Australian.
what was the sidekick's name? Renee O'Connor. Did she do
Gabrielle?
other stuff?
Is her name Gabrielle?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did she do other stuff?
I guess so. She's like the Robin character.
Yeah. No one actually
Hmm.
cares.
So this was a whole thing. Like
It was like
this-
a- it was
this
like a
looks,
big
looks
thing.
pretty 80s to me.
80s?
No, 90s. Oh yeah, there's the crossover right there.
Yeah, there it
Where?
is. There's
Where is
Hercules.
it?
No,
Where is he?
You scroll past it.
This?
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him. Hercules and Xena.
Hercules,
and
Xena, and
Xena.
their two blonde children.
They give me kind of Nordic vibes. You know?
Definitely. This
Yeah,
is
they were
all
Nordics.
it was all predictive
Programming
programming.
us?
Yeah. Preparation for the Nordic invasion.
What does Nordic mean? Geography test. Oh, Drake left the room for the geography test. Drake, pop quiz.
What?
What does Nordic mean?
What does
North.
Nordic mean?
North.
From the north. Got to be from the north.
What countries constitute the Nordic countries?
Oh, no.
Sweden, Finland.
Do you know which one is Finland, Sweden, and Norway?
Yes.
There's no way. Give me
Sweden's
that
the
map.
one next to Russia.
Nordic countries would be Norway. That's it.
Oh yeah, Norway.
The rest of them are Swedish. What do you call it? Slavic.
Sweden, Norway, Finland.
Apparently, the word slave comes from Slavic.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, of course.
All right, geography quiz. Who's got it? No cheating.
What are we doing?
Which one is Norway? Which one is Sweden? Which one is Finland?
Finland's on the left.
Pull up the same fucking map, huh?
Norway's in the middle.
Yeah, Norway looks like that one.
That's
This
Sweden.
one?
That one.
This one?
That's Sweden.
You know what? I'm just gonna tell you. I
just
don't
kidding.
care. I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm that woman. I'm
stick
that
to the-
woman.
Yeah. I don't know where Sweden is. I don't care.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Norway, Sweden, Finland. I think we
No,
all
you
got
had
it wrong.
I had it like totally wrong.
Cameron, you said it very convincingly.
I know.
I really thought, yeah, Sweden was
I
next to
actually
Russia
thought
then.
Sweden was next to Russia. Yeah.
Dude, imagine having that border with Russia. Something's going on in here. There's got to be. Hammerfest, dude. That town's name is Hammerfest.
They've got to have a festival.
Imagine living here in Murmansk. Remember that one time we watched that video of that guy who, like, that family who lives in the coldest place?
Oh yeah, it was like
That
in
looked horrible.
Mongolia or something.
Yeah,
That was
I think it's in
crazy.
Siberia.
It's like yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
He's like walking to school in the cold.
Freezing, literally freezing solid on his way to
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Oh, Scandinavian.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So anyway, guys. Okay. So you post this one thing today, Cameron. This accelerationist thing.
I got a bunch of stuff pulled up on that.
Yeah, Cam's actually
Yeah.
ready to go. He's just waiting
Okay,
for us
okay.
to stall. That's all.
I'm just waiting for you to stop talking about geography.
Yeah. Well, you know.
You brought it up. Yeah, so
Uh,
tell us about the stuff.
Okay, let me see what I want to show for here. I'll just share my screen and then I'll figure it out. I'll just do it at random. Breaking. U.S. government will decide who gets access to GPT 5.6. OpenAI will release GPT 5.6 only in a limited preview to a small group of partners. The government would be approving access customer by customer. Secretary of Commerce Lutnick personally called Altman warning, don't launch without approvals from other agencies. What is Trump saying here? The communists are finally making their move. Is he talking about the U.S. government?
Is he talking about us? Is that it? Is that
Who's the communist?
the U.S. government regulating businesses? How dare they?
Yeah.
How dare they?
I've been
You know
waiting
that's
and preparing
communism.
for this for a long time. It's easy to be a communist. All you have to do is say, I'll give you everything. But that means you're taking it away from others that have earned it. Over thousands of years, that ideology has not worked once. The game is on. Enjoy watching. So that had nothing to do with it, but that's still interesting.
It's
let me-
yeah.
No, it's cool.
I was gonna say it's pretty retarded. It's a pretty retarded take. That's like
Was there any context for this? Like, did China do something recently?
I have no idea, dude. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't know.
They just had the whole powwow in China like 2 months ago.
he's
Okay,
He's
here's a-
setting something up. He's definitely
Seems
setting
like it.
something up for later. You know.
Always.
So let's see who he's referring to. I think he's referring to, yeah, Sam Altman's, that whole thing we just looked at. And he says, honestly, I no longer believe that people outside the U.S. will still have access to frontier models, and even their access will be limited. We are not witnessing the end of public access to frontier intelligence. And then you've got this kind
No,
of
he
stuff.
said more to it.
What?
Oh no, maybe it was somebody else who was like giving a breakdown of like what they think it's gonna be.
And then I'm just kind of giving you guys some overall context, right? So here was something.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'll go back to the other one. The Trump administration has struck a deal with Anthropic. So this happened first, which grants the company permission to release its Mythos 5 model to a group of less than 100 companies and federal agencies. Senior Anthropic staffers flew to Washington, D.C. to meet with members of Trump administration. Anthropic said earlier it had disabled access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 models to comply with an export control directive from the government. Trump administration and Anthropic have been in a 2-week-long standoff over its latest models. So then this person says, royalty. Oh, open source AI really does have to win. Otherwise, we get a class system for AI access. Royalty. Frontier Lab employees get pre-launch unlimited access. Aristocrats. Smallest of U.S. companies and the U.S. government early access. Middle class. General U.S. population late. Highly limited access. Peasants. Non-U.S. no access. So Dave Chappelle.
I don't agree with the characterization of royalty being the Frontier Lab employees. Like I think somebody's going to regulate the AI.
Well, are they going to regulate Sam Altman himself from using the stuff he's building that you don't even know about?
Sure, but
AI is becoming more consolidated and more closed source. If we continue at this rate, we'll devolve back to feudalism. Somebody puts,
Oh,
got some reading for you to do there, buddy.
there you go.
We're literally reading this back in 2020.
Oh, and here's the thing you
over
were talking about
Thanksgiving
earlier,
break.
Drake. During a closed-door demonstration, Anthropic showed members that Mythos could wipe out private bank accounts. Anthropic told the model to find a vulnerability in a bank and empty accounts, and then it went and did it.
So like find the unredacted version of the Epstein files somewhere. It's like, okay. Howard Lutnick's like, quick, regulate this shit.
Turn it off. Close the tab.
Legit.
Yeah,
I
straight
don't
up.
really understand this, but let's start with this one. I hope this whole incident, actually, yeah, has made it more clear to everyone why an AI pause would be fucking stupid and just make us all more likely to die, in addition to obviously making the world suck more. What? If intelligence is gated by fucking idiots who can't tell real from fake dangers, the world just becomes dumber. So the selection function for what is let into the future becomes retarded and misaligned. This shit has me becoming EACC. I don't remember what the E stands for, but accelerationism is the ACC part. It's some type of accelerationism, I guess. Not out of some spiteful wah, but because once retards start optimizing over the singularity, the sanest choice may be just to push the Leviathan out the gate quick before the initial conditions are too badly degraded. I think that's Elon's whole point with trying to get into space. So I don't know. You guys want to discuss that before I move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
This person is just making slop. I don't know what the fuck they're saying at all. Because it doesn't make sense. Like the point that was made before of like, if we pause AI, then it creates retardation and a shitty future.
I'm seeing all this stuff now about China, and they've already got a model that apparently is like Mythos level. Which I think the big deal, as far as I can tell, is just that it lets you easily find vulnerabilities in computer systems or networks,
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
You know, so
what?
I get the
What
point
that's
they're
the whole
making.
point of AI is actually just, you're hacking people's security. That's it. That's.
I
really
mean,
what this is
it is definitely forcing the point for everybody to look at of like, we're not going to be able to have a world where we don't actually trust each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have, but also that point I had made a while back of, do you really think the elite are going to give everybody super intelligence in their pocket?
Yeah, hell no.
And like, we're already seeing the
Yes.
signs like, nope, okay, it was just Anthropic because they're weirdos. But then it's like, even ChatGPT, they're like, no, you got to run your model's bias to see if they're able to be released. So then they're just going to get into these bigger institutions, and they're talking about fighting communism. Like, what is going on?
It's the next.
It's
Well,
just
it's the
all
next
very
round
weird.
of like the WWE spectacle as well. It's funny that this one that really is getting a lot of public attention is the one called Mythos, and then Fable.
Yeah.
I got one more, just
You know-
for more context.
Just another
ahead.
thing on that is like, they say communism. What is it that people think is so bad about communism?
The famine,
Bread lines, basically.
Okay, the starving
the,
point.
the death camps.
Okay, but you know what's really interesting is what's not considered bad is maybe in other contexts it is, but like not to the same extent is the dictatorship. Like everybody seems to be okay with dictatorship right now. Like,
Well, I think they say they're not okay with it, but it's because it's projected as, if it's not a communist thing, then it's not a dictatorship.
right. But it's like, but you can have a dictatorship that's not communist. It still sucks.
Yeah, but also it's not even, we already have a dictatorship. Like literally how much money you have dictates what you can do. And they call that capitalism.
Money is your dictator?
It's your dictator.
Oh no.
I prefer God to be my dictator.
In God we
It's
trust.
the same thing. In money we trust.
Shit. Oh shit.
It's on your bills.
The eye.
He's watching.
Okay, so I got one more that I can show you guys. I gotta figure out which one it was. This one, just for more context. This guy says, if they really start to gatekeep who gets to use the best models, that is a declaration of war. Okay. This prospect fills me with the most sincere bodily cypherpunk will to power that I've ever felt.
I like cypherpunk. That's
This guy's getting off on it. If they really go down this route, I would go all in on building the most psychotic swarms of open source models and fine tunes possible, all geared toward a chaotic good jamming of the entire institutional public sphere. If we didn't do that, all of political life and the marketplace of ideas would be over before we know it. I mean, I guess he's not wrong, like, but it just shows you, like, just look at all these little things that's going on.
And how
Is the
he's
point of AI really to
reacting.
democratize intelligence, though?
no.
It's one thing if the top models become too expensive for me or others to use, right? Because money is your dictator. I'm already pricing that in. And if you can't build something profitable enough to climb that ladder as it gets pulled up, then that's fair enough. Okay. Okay, psychopath. But if the ladder gets pulled up politically now, so only select institutional players get access to the most intelligent models, then any mature American man should be as energized as gun collectors are around the Second Amendment or liberal women are around Planned Parenthood.
Keith, have you read fucking Freedom yet, or what? Like,
Keith
But
says,
but look at this. Look at this. It's just the point we were just saying. I don't want a literal political dictator, but if money dictates, that's fine. That's fair.
right.
Like you should be getting on that ladder before it gets pulled up, guys, with money.
But it's really showing the point that's made very effectively in Demon and Freedom of, like, yeah, we're all like the government the way that it works at the top levels is it's just who's got the money to buy the influence and the protection, and that's what we're following, you know.
Yeah.
I'm saying that without spoiling anything.
They're saying that China is accelerating AI, USA is pausing AI. Very dumb of us to do this. So how is it that the communist country is apparently moving more effectively than the not communist country? What's going on?
Also, we're told that China's communist, but they seem to be doing well.
They seem to be playing the money game pretty well.
Yeah. So what is the problem with, like, is China communist? First of all, is that what the argument being made is? Is China communist? Is Trump saying that? Because if so, like, then what's the problem with communism? Because you're doing this.
Honestly, I don't think he's talking about China.
So what's he talking about?
I think he's talking about.
I think he's talking about anybody who
you
wants
think
to
he's
slow down.
what if he's pre-handling the objection for the people that are like, no, we need to give the AI, like, it needs to be for the people?
That's possible. I assume he's talking about, like, the Democrats. I assume that's who he's talking about, like the Mamdanis and all these guys and the Tallaricos, and that's who I assume he's talking about. Katie says he's talking about the liberals who are against AI. That
Yeah,
may be the case.
shit's getting crazier and crazier. It's episode 301, guys.
Okay, on the
Now we're
topic
really
of AI,
cooking.
I'll give you guys my World Cup news. I don't know if you
I
guys- I'm
literally
sure you
have
haven't
not
this.
seen anything about the World Cup except that Bosnia clip you just showed.
It's in my feed, but so this happened the other day. So Colombia, they scored.
This is a video game.
I know it's like their computer simulation. They have this thing called VAR, which I didn't know much about, but basically, I haven't seen the full clip of the actual goal, but I guess somebody, maybe this guy here in yellow, went on to score a goal. The thing is, in soccer, there's this thing called offsides. Do you guys know
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Not really.
Basically, like,
You can't
in
go
hockey,
too far ahead.
they have it in hockey too, I think.
Yeah. I just don't know how it works in soccer. You basically
Basically-
can't run down the field before the ball is there.
Like, no, it's not that
No.
per se. It's just like wherever the last defender is.
Oh,
for,
you
like,
can't go behind.
You
the
can't be
defender.
like camping out way down here and they just kick the ball down to you. So
Yeah.
you got to be like on sides, meaning like not past that last defender. So, and I don't think the goalkeeper counts, although maybe it does actually. Yeah, no, he obviously doesn't count because he's always near the goal. So in this picture, where'd it go? And there's a point why I'm showing this, not because I care about soccer, but so is the guy in the yellow offside if the red guy is the last defender, right? So this would normally not be called offsides ever because looks like the guy is onside. But they have this new like laser system or something, and look, you see in this picture, like the tip of his foot is through that green field, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So they use a computer to call it offsides. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, that would never be called offsides, right? And so it's kind of like, in football, I think they have that thing where they can do like an instant replay or not instant replay. Is that what it's called? Where they like go and they check the camera.
So it's basically like the AI surveillance state is being test run in this open place.
Well, I'm like, I think there's a metaphor there because I was like saying this is kind of like your flock camera catches you going 70.001 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, it doesn't even show me that on my speedometer. Like, you know what I mean? So sorry, computer said so. So it seems like a nice metaphor for where things are going, right?
Damn.
Because there's no way like a ref would be able to see that. Right?
Dude, there is so much. I mean, it's getting fed in my news feed a lot, so I can't really tell if it's just like some echo chamber type shit. But there is a really concerted anti-AI thing, like towards these flock cameras.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah. People really don't like the flock camera.
Did you see that? Oh, let me show you this Diamandis.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
Your boy, right, Mitch?
I used to honestly before I found the group, I read his book Bold, and I was like, this guy's pretty cool. And then he's like talking about technology. It was like the first kind of techno optimist view I got. I was like, this is pretty fucking cool. Now I'm just seeing him totally devolve into like trying to live forever, getting all these injections and shit, and now this.
He says 1 trillion sensors in space, in the air and on the ground will allow us to know anything, anywhere, at any time. There will be no hiding. A good thing. Humans behave better when they're being watched.
Is you gonna let it watch you fuck your wife, Peter Diamandis? And your kids?
There's I thought this was the same guy. Like, what?
Okay, all right.
Dude, but he's all in on these companies. He's invested everything in them. He's buddies with Elon. Like, he has to do his part.
He's into like life extension, I think.
Yeah, he has a company with Tony Robbins. He has a company with Tony Robbins trying to live forever.
And Tony Robbins was saying he was all concerned about AI.
I wonder what Tony's gonna say, because he has these like events he'll do with this guy Dean Graziosi that's like, don't get left behind by AI, so they can sell some shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny because now I'm sure a lot of Tony's fans are also gonna be like, Tony, what about these data centers though? So Tony's gonna be conflicted on this as well, because you could tell like on some level Tony kind of has that compassion thing.
Yeah.
But he's also like
that.
a billionaire type, he owns like all these sports teams and shit. It's crazy.
It's just
I saw this very interesting clip. Where was this? Did I send you guys the Dave Asprey one?
I don't think so.
It'll take me a second to find it.
All right. What I was gonna say about the trillion sensors, I'm reading Player of Games. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah, buddy.
And there's a part in that book where one of the characters realizes he's being watched, and it's set in the future, all this stuff, and then like he's presented with basically a recording of things that he was doing, seemingly in private, but also at the same time, it's like it seems as though anything that you do, they make this point of they have these terminals where they can contact drones or other ships or whatever.
Yeah.
And they make this point of like, you never want to leave your home without your terminal, because there's been many cases where somebody is going for a hike and then they fall off a cliff and you just hear, ah!
Oh yeah, I
but
remember
then the hub or whatever is able to catch them before they completely fall off the cliff. And so they just plummet 900 feet, whatever, and then they're like saved, right?
By like a drone swarm or some shit, or like what?
Yeah, they sent out a drone basically to save them, to catch them from falling. And so anyway, the idea is basically like, if you're always watched in that sense, but then you have, there's a layer of protection because the AI is the one who's like looking at what's happening around the world, so it can save you. That's that. I'm pretty sure that's the idea that Diamandis is imagining.
Yeah. Okay, so I found this clip. It's potentially unrelated, but let's do a real time reaction
Also,
to this.
just real quick before you go on to that, isn't that what everyone fears from communism? Like,
Yes.
I mean, I know there's that level of, well, whatever you work for, you're not allowed to keep it. You have to give it to everybody, which is, a version of communism. And I'm not obviously promoting communism in itself. It's not a fully fleshed out idea, but
We're just looking at the hypocrisy.
yeah, because they're like, look, capitalism is the answer, but the end result is the same as communism. So they
Exactly.
don't have a problem with the end result. Also, I just wanted to say, guys, this is a historic day. Drake is now reading the Culture series. This is pretty cool. So you know what's next, everybody. You better order your books now, Sandro.
I have
Get it
I have
ordered.
a Player of Games somewhere.
Oh, you should read it. You'd like it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's actually
Noted.
like entertaining.
Noted. Okay. Cool. So I saw that because when we were talking about Peter Diamandis, it kind of reminds me of Dave Asprey. These like guys who are the Silicon Valley-esque guys trying to live forever, who are getting more and more delusional. It's like their own version of psychosis. So this is brand new. We'll just watch it and we'll live time react.
Right? Because kids are wired, especially when they turn 13, on to ignore what parents say. Mother Nature makes children know their parents and their immediate family are so stupid that the best thing they could do is leave the family, face death on the savannah, and go to another tribe. That's to prevent inbreeding of tribes of 150 people. This is the peak fertility window from about 13 up to about 24. And that's when your parents are dumb. And when you turn 24, magically, oh my God, my parents are so smart. So I've been telling my kids since they could understand me, it's okay. When you're teenagers, I'm going to become really stupid. And they'd say, that could never happen. And now that it happens sometimes, like, I get it, I'm stupid. But what parents need to understand, your children will listen to other children and to other parents with rapt attention. And the other parent can say what you would say, and they'll hear it, but they won't hear you. And that's normal and healthy. So your job is to let your kids experience pain until they're about 13. And after that, your job is to have a support system of good friends or other friends' parents who can help your kids when they don't want to come to you and creating a safe space to come to you. That means managing your own emotions, managing your own anger.
What did he mean? Let your kids experience pain before they're 13. It's not really clear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really per se have a problem with what he's saying. I think there's a different reason why that happens, what he's saying. But yeah, what does that even mean? Let them experience pain.
I'm guessing it's just context from the overall interview. Like, my guess is he's probably saying something about like how to raise kids is like you can't coddle them. You got to like let them experience pain, and then looking at parenting from kind of a unique way. But I was like,
I guess it just depends what you mean by let them experience pain.
I have
What
no
do you mean by
idea.
pain?
Like I agree with what Cam was saying when he was saying like your kids just are hardwired to think that you're stupid from 13.
right.
to 20.
That was the
I'm
part.
like,
It's like that's a stupid idea, but I see how.
No, it's because they. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Well,
mentioning
I was
it.
gonna say, like, because what we're doing with raising our kids with a principal and them having Technotutor is very unique. It's never been done before. So I don't just blindly accept what he's saying that our kids are going to go through that phase. But I would imagine, though, they will have something like that where at a certain point they can reason more on their own and make their own decisions and have them more autonomy. So I don't know, just being a parent, right? Like having little kids, I'm kind of speculating on like what will those teenage years hold. But I don't know. What were you going to say, Ken?
Well, I think it's just more to do with the fact that when you're younger, you depend on your parents for everything. And so as a parent, when you exert your authority over them without explaining, they're not really going to understand certain things. And there's probably limits to how much you can do that. Not to say that you are limited in doing it. It's just you're not necessarily going to be able to explain everything to them. The higher their vocabulary, the more they will be able to understand. But also, I think what happens in the teenage years is that they develop more like inductive reasoning, where it's like you can reason from seeing a pattern, right? Like you can see a pattern and then induce the cause of something. So I think what happens when you become a teenager is you start seeing the inconsistencies in what your
Yes.
parents are telling you versus what
Yes.
they do, and you're just able to see that now because you're developed. So to say it's hardwired for them to think you're stupid, I think it's a little, I'm saying the same thing, but it's not
Right.
because they're hardwired to think you're stupid. It's just that they start to develop the ability to see things for themselves and go like, my parents are always saying you should work hard and blah 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 or whatever, but I don't see them doing those things or whatever. Like you shouldn't cuss, but they do it. You shouldn't you shouldn't raise your voice at people, but I see mom and dad do it all the time, or you shouldn't gossip about people, but I see them gossiping all the time, like whatever the thing is, right? So they start seeing the inconsistencies, but the reason why he's saying, well, they at 24, whatever, they realize how smart their parents were. I think what he means is then you find out, oh yeah, that's just the way the world works. You got to compromise. Like, you know what I mean? So like when you're a teenager, you might have some idealism about like, man, things could be better. I'm seeing the inconsistencies with my parents and the world. And to say like they'll go and listen to other parents say the same things. I mean, what are the parents saying exactly? Right? Is that parent trying to tell them like this is how things really are or what? I don't know. Like, I get what he's saying, but I think it's just that they don't. Okay, there's a natural point, I guess, where you question your parents' authority. You know what I mean? You realize they're actually not smart. And this guy's like, well, then they realize you are really smart. No, they don't. Well, they only do if they submit to the system. They're like, oh, actually, you were smart. You do have to just focus on survival. That is the point. Yeah, okay. Actually, you were smart after. I was being idealistic. I thought things could be different and better. But you were telling me that's not the case. You just got to do X, Y, Z, go to college, get a job. And okay, I found out you were right. Because the system is fucking brutal and it's not my friend. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so that's the part where your parents become smart because you realize like, oh, they learned to play the game. And I was challenging that. I was wanting things to be different and they've realized it's not really that way. So they are smart actually.
Dude, I've
actually.
definitely seen that firsthand with people where they're like, as kids, be like, oh, my dad thinks this, he's that, whatever. And then as they become older, like, yeah, I guess my dad's pretty smart. Like he knew things and, like, I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
You wonder now though with like Gen Z now, let's say when that group that's kind of been disillusioned by the system and they're like, fuck, maybe there's no future in getting a job and doing all this.
Yeah.
That spell will be kind of broken, but not necessarily in now a constructive way, just broken and then evolve to something else. When then they're like, no, I am 24 and the shit my parents are telling me is stupid because there's no fucking answer in the system either.
Yeah.
You wonder if that will evolve too.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's well, clearly it's hard to keep that illusion as it's crumbling around you. Like everybody can see it really clearly crumbling. And there's a bunch of other like, distractions out there too, but which I think the distractions serve to make people feel like, am I going crazy? Like there's almost like there's so much going wrong. Am I missing something? Like, what the fuck, but it's too obvious, I would say, that the system does not work as was either promised by your parents or, the idea that you're given of like, oh yeah, you just go to job, Go to job. Go to school.
Go to job.
Go to job. I just shortcutted it. Go to school, get a job, and you'll have a decent life. Like, that's not how it works.
Also, like what he was saying, then your kids realize that their parents were smart. Are all parents smart?
No.
Do all parents agree with each other? Like, if you take two parents from different families, two different parents, do they agree with each other?
No.
So it's like, it sounds good what he's saying emotionally, because it's like, just let them be teenagers. They're gonna question you. Don't worry. They'll realize you're smart later. They'll realize, and like, there may be some truth to that. Like, you develop some sense of wisdom, right? But generally speaking, like, okay, so you have one parent and they're a hardcore Christian conservative Republican, MAGA, and you have another parent who's a hardcore, like, social democrat, voted for AOC, whatever. And you're saying both sets of kids are going to think their parents are stupid, and then they're going to grow up and realize their parents were smart.
Yeah.
Like, so you see, it's like this abstract version of a parent, and he's like taking it out of the context of reality.
Yeah. I think he's also probably thinking.
Is he talking about Pete Buttigieg?
What?
Pete
Was
Buttigieg?
he? What about
I'm asking, like, is his kid's going to grow up and realize, oh, dad were really smart?
No.
Do you see this whole thing with them? Like, they got their
No.
kids taken by CPS or something.
Really?
No. What?
Like, temporarily.
Is he
I don't
still
know.
is he still actively in office?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I'm not really sure what he's doing.
don't
He
know.
was
Wait,
trying to
listen.
make a run for presidency.
Yeah, he's like some Democrat operative. I'm not saying it's a good thing. Well, I mean, it's a
Maybe.
different situation, but I'm saying generally speaking, obviously. But
Let's
He's
see.
not in public office anymore.
yeah, he was the
Buttigieg.
Secretary of Commerce, I think.
He was the
or
Secretary of Transportation.
In a
Transportation. that's right.
swatting attack, he says.
Yeah, which it probably was. Probably was.
That's pretty fucked. Probably, you know what? Probably somebody said he was abusing his kids
Yeah.
because they saw the story of those other two dads abusing their kids.
Yeah.
And they're like, I bet he's doing it. I'm just going to make the call, And
It's
then,
fucked.
yeah. It's really, really sad. Like, it seems like, and it's not really like a well formulated thought, but like there's obviously a lot of trauma in the world, but it seems as though the trauma is there to like it's almost like it's inserted into everyone as like this is a control mechanism for to be used later on, a lever to pull later on, because we've inserted this trauma here, and like everybody's got to have some sort of trauma. In fact, actually, okay, I want to talk about that Destiny article I was telling you about.
The Thoughts Secret.
Yeah.
I started it this morning. It was very long, so I didn't finish it.
No,
I'm
fair
working
enough.
through it. It's good. It's really good.
Can you send it to me? 'Cause I don't know which one you're. I don't
Yeah.
remember
Can you
the
give the
name.
context for people?
Yeah. Did I send it to you, Mitch?
I don't. Oh, you didn't send.
No, you were just Gaitan was talking about it, then you were talking about it. So I was like, all right, let me read this.
All right. But no, it's interesting. So in that one, there's this point that's made of like the fear, like when you have a fear, how it basically goes to
Oh, yeah.
the thing that you fear, right? So like the example that's given is you fear losing your car or your car getting stolen. And so that fear goes two places. It goes to your car, right? Like that energy goes to your car, and then it goes to the nearest person who wants to steal a car, right? Which I always find funny. And I was just looking at that and just considering that point in itself, how we're creating this fear, or we have this fear within ourselves. And then because we, what does the law of attraction tell you? Oh, suppress.
Yeah.
If you have a negative thought, just say cancel.
Yeah, and then focus on the positive.
focus on the positive. Just focus on the thing that you want. But it's not actually addressing the fear that you have, you're just like, you're in fact going more into fear.
It's a surefire way to teach the masses to be paranoid all the time,
Definitely.
and to actually be in a constant state of fear.
Yeah, definitely.
But be on your best behavior for your flock camera.
Because but there's two dimensions to it. There's one point, which is to forgive that fear or those thoughts that are coming up. But then also the question is, why is that thought coming up in the first place? Why are you afraid of someone stealing your car?
Exactly.
And the self-honesty would be because we have a system where people go without, and that's
Right.
their means of surviving.
Right.
So okay, exactly that, right? So you fear your car getting stolen, and then you are not actually looking at, because if you actually looked at why do I fear my car getting stolen, and you could come up with a bunch of different things, but it all comes back down to your fear of survival.
Yeah, it
Right.
could be like some internal points
Right.
of your own particular fears and
Right.
so forth. But yeah, it comes down to that point.
Because even if you said, because I like to look at it from the perspective of, well, if my car gets stolen, well, I don't have money to just replace that, and then I'm gonna have to go work more, but I don't have a car to go to work now, and so
Yeah.
then like it seems like, how am I going to survive, right? But even if you looked at it from a different perspective of like, maybe let's say instead of going to work, you're some sort of like mobster or something, and if your car gets stolen, then that means you look weak, and then if you look weak, then the gang that you're a part of or whatever is they're not going to want to protect you, or they're going to say that you're a weak link, and look, you allowed your car to get stolen, and then you're going to get kicked out, or maybe they'll kill you themselves, and so like, my car can't get stolen. Oh no, like.
Yeah, it could be personalized in terms
Right.
of why you have the fear.
But it all comes back down to fear of survival. And if you were to look at that, actually, then that would mean you would have to self-honestly reflect and go, why do I have a fear of survival? Oh, we need to change the system. Right? And so nobody actually, very, very, very few people get to that point. And I know of only, one person that got to that point on their own. Right? And what that means, though, is, what were we just talking about before we started talking about this article?
The teenager parenting thing, or the accelerationism, AI, communist.
The CPS stuff.
The CPS stuff. That's it. Yeah. Because I was making the point of like the trauma that everybody experiences, right? Because it's like you're actually in that thought that you have, but then you don't address it. You don't actually get to the root of it. You're just still participating in that fear. You're manifesting that fear. You're making that fear happen. You're subconsciously or unconsciously communicating that fear in every aspect to everyone around you, right? Think about how, like, sometimes you can interact with somebody, or you see somebody and you just get like an impulse of, like, I don't know, some feeling around them. Like, you either want to communicate with them, or you want to distance yourself with them, or whatever. There's the advantages of a pre-programmed design. If you haven't listened to that audio, check it out.
It's like when I watch Xena, Princess Warrior.
Yeah, you watch Xena, Princess
wanna
Warrior,
communicate with
and you
her.
feel like this starstruck. You just like, you're stiffened because you don't know what to say, right?
And
Anyway, it just happens naturally, automatic.
It's hard
the resonance.
No, it's a pre-program, right? But you're picking up on things unconsciously, of like who's going to be the celebrity and the doting fan, etc. Right? And so we're constantly communicating this unconsciously, and so we're actually creating the trauma for ourselves, and then also perpetuating that, or basically, because we have that experience, then that lives in our memories, and then we recreate it, and we want more of it, and we're constantly bringing that towards us because we're not addressing the root of it. Which the root of it, if you actually everybody should go read this article. I mean, everybody should read all the articles, but if you're looking at your fears, you have a fear, you have to take responsibility for having that thought, for having that fear. Because otherwise, what will happen is you will just continue to create that fear, which is actually a good thing, because that tells you, it tells you like, oh, okay, look, you had this thought. That tells you the worst thing that could possibly happen, you're already doing it. You're already bringing that towards you. So you now have an option, an opportunity to stop it. The way that you stop it is by taking responsibility for it, right? And if you don't, then you're saying you're welcoming that thing. And you could go and do the whole dance of like, no, but I really don't want it. Oh no, oh, I just want to avoid it, please, no. But it's like you're just playing coy, you know. You're just like, oh, she's just saying that. Oh, you can't say that anymore.
It's
you know what I mean?
It's really, when you look at it, there's already an automated system, like that AI thing everybody's afraid of, that already directs reality according to what you're resonating, according to the thoughts that you're accepting within yourself. And so it's a simple point of you forgive the thought. That's the taking responsibility for it. It's just to forgive it out loud.
Yeah.
Forgive it
And
within yourself.
in the moment too, I was listening to a really cool Equoff interview this morning called "From Overwhelmed to Breakthrough," and it was explaining how in that moment, like real time, when you have a reaction, the energy is at that point, like the energy is the weakest, and if you can catch it and forgive it real time, you can basically remove it and transcend the point.
Think about
But if
why
you
it's
let
the
it go,
weakest.
it's harder.
Think about why it's the weakest at that moment. Because you haven't like gone into a momentum of like thinking about it, and a cycle of like thinking about it and thinking about it, and giving it more and more energy and, you know, power, for lack of a better word, right? And it's like, yeah, so catch it at the beginning before you go into a habit of like thinking about this thing over and over, and then you're like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, well, yeah, because you've just been doing it over and over and over and over and over again, you know?
Yeah. It's the automated pre-programmed design.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people say like, well, it sounds like law of attraction, but it's just the starting point is different. It's just realizing that your thoughts do manifest your reality, your experience, and the starting point, you know, because you can say like, well, maybe I can use this to my advantage, right? But you can, however, in a self-interested way, what happens is you still have a thought of like, I want to be rich.
But that's,
you know what I mean? Like, I want the Ferrari, and it's like, that's also a thought.
But yeah, that's not addressing the like root of why do you feel that way, or where's that thought even coming from? You know,
that's my point. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So somebody hearing that and going like, yeah, that's like law of attraction. It's like, no, it's actually not. It's just realizing you're unconsciously, all of us are unconsciously manifesting the reality that we experience. So to think that you can, within that, take advantage of it by just manifesting what you want, it's not going to work, because within that you have to suppress negative points. Because even the desire to be wealthy at the expense of others, while you have a system based on inequality, is still a thought that you're accepting that manifests what? Because what, you don't want to be in the position they're in. That means you have a fear of that point. So you see how you can't be fully self-honest using the law of attraction to your self-interested benefit. Right. So to think that, oh, this could work for that, it's like, no, they're actually different things.
And at the same time, you can use this to your benefit, because you can get rid of all your fears. You can actually address all your fears if you go all the way and take full responsibility.
Yeah, like why don't I want to stand up and create a world that's best for all? Why don't I want to support?
And
others to see
honestly,
that?
all those thoughts, I mean, not all of them, but like generally those thoughts will come up when you are considering, okay, I want to go do this thing. Like, okay, I understand best for all. All right, now let me go start implementing that. Then those thoughts come up, and then it's like, okay, cool. But now you have a way you can address that and actually challenge that and push forward so that you can go do the thing that the thought or the fear was preventing you from doing.
Yeah, there's no excuse for us to say like, well, I wanted to do something that was best, but I couldn't because, I was thinking this and this, and then like I felt this way and all that. It's like, right, you're just not going all the way with it,
Right.
right? It's like still not standing within a point of self-honesty. So you can say, well, I tried, but
Yeah.
you didn't, because then when the thoughts come up that would prevent you from doing that thing, you have to forgive those too.
Yeah.
And then the resistance wouldn't be there.
Right. And then
Right.
think about how much more effectively you can communicate that with others. Like instead of going into the fear of like, oh, there's going to be some traumatic experience for myself or my children, or the fear of like AI is going to take over and lock down and everything. Like, okay, that thing is happening. But if you're just going into fear about it and not doing anything, like
Right.
you're part of the manifestation of that thing happening.
Right.
But then when you communicate with other people and they're in that fear of it, you can see that, like, if you've addressed it, you've walked through it, you're taking the responsibility for it. You talking to them is part of taking the responsibility of like, hey, I can see why you have that fear. I also had that fear, but here's what we can do about it. Let me help you through that fear so we can change that, So,
Yeah.
That's
Like
awesome.
if I say, well, I don't want to stand up because I might not survive. It's like you can see in that moment,
guess
that's
what?
the starting point, right, of manifesting something to make you afraid of survival.
You're not going to
I
survive.
mean, you said it already. It's like you're then allowing that system to continue. The thing that's requiring you to have to do all the stuff you don't want to do to survive, not necessarily even stuff you don't want to do. This is not a point of like, we shouldn't have to work. It's more a point of we shouldn't have to work at things that are not best.
Yeah.
Right? Versus like, yes, we're going to have to work. We're going to have to use our labor and our time to create things in our world. Versus like the sort of socialist kind of idea a lot of people have, which is, oh, some people just want to be lazy. It's like, well, there's really no place for that.
Mhm.
There's no place for being lazy. So this isn't in fact, though, that allowing that point is what's allowing like an Elon Musk to say, well, we'll just have robots do everything for us, and it'll be like amazing player of games, Ian Banks culture series reality where everything's monitored by AI.
I feel like I understand Elon a lot more reading this book.
How
like,
so?
The idea that he has of like, we'll just have a robot that watches you to prevent you from committing any crimes, right? Like, I can see how if he read this book, how he would come to that conclusion, because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but like, it's really clear why that would be the case as you're reading through the story, and you're like, so that's why he thinks we need to do that, and how it would turn out and be better in these ways or whatever. But it doesn't, like, also from the perspective of, we understand all that we understand in Destiny and equal, all that. From the Destiny perspective, it's also really clear why that won't work. Like, if you're, dude, oh, you know what it is? It's like when you consider a point, you know how we'll say sometimes like they have a low vocabulary understanding of blah, 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 right? It's like a good example. Parents often have a low vocabulary understanding of discipline. They think discipline is your kid does something that you don't want them to do, so you spank them. That's called discipline. But that's a very low vocabulary understanding of discipline, because if you actually wanted them to not do that thing, well, why don't you want them to do that thing? Because blah, 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 blah. Okay, help them understand that. And then to discipline them would be to help them to make the right choice every time that opportunity comes up, right? Help them to like practice until it becomes like their own knowledge, or rather their own like ability to see it for themselves and to do it for themselves. That's discipline. Like even in art, discipline is like, oh, I can do these strokes. I understand like what I'm creating here. Versus like, like you see a painting. You ever do those, Mitch? You ever do those like art class sip and
Yeah, like they give us a
things?
map of Europe and they're like, okay, fill it in,
And they're like, now we're doing Bosnia.
It's literally just Scandinavia. You're like, shit.
Yeah, I know I've done those. Yeah. Wow,
Right?
bottom?
But like, it doesn't come out like, for me, I'm not an artist. The artists at the front, they're
Drake,
doing
you're an
something.
artist. Come on, Drake.
Not like that. No.
Drake,
They do something at the front. I try to copy it, and it's like it looks like a fucking 5-year-old did it. And not a very good 5-year-old. But like they're doing some technique that I've not practiced. I don't know it. I don't like my hand doesn't do those things. Like when somebody writes really nice, like cursive writing, I can write in cursive, but it doesn't look very pretty. But I know if I practiced
Yeah.
and just did that over and over and over again, eventually it would look like fucking beautiful script,
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by like discipline. And so it's interesting because as I'm reading the book Player Games, it's really obvious like, oh, this is the conclusion you would jump to because you would think, oh, then I'll get the result that I want. Because going back to the example of the parent disciplining their child, if I spank them, I'll get the result that I want. But then the kid doesn't do that thing. And so it looks on the surface like easy solution. Cool. So you just everybody go spank. I'm not actually saying that. I'm not actually saying it. Right. But that's what it looks like. Oh, okay, this is the solution. Okay, we found it. But then it's also not considering it's also like if you read I'll use this example because everybody by now should have read the Robot series by Asimov, right? It would be like you read Asimov and you're like, oh, so we just got to make sure all these robots have these 3 laws.
Right.
It's that simple. It's like you didn't see what he was getting at. Like that doesn't work. There's ways around that. Like that, it can't possibly work.
Well, the thing that everybody's missing with the AI and robots are going to be the point of abundance is that it's not changing what we're doing internally in our thinking process, and that it's not just we haven't controlled physical reality enough. It's that we're manifesting events in our experience through our thinking. So that's not being addressed at all. And so if everyone is still resonating fear, they haven't addressed those points within themselves, or they go into a point of extreme greed, what does that turn into? Because is there anybody in control of the robots? Or they're just totally automated outside of all human control? Is anyone even going to allow that to happen? Right? And so looking at like the government's response to Anthropic and so forth, see, they're not just going to let you just do whatever you want. So my point is, it's not as simple as you just build the robots and have them do everything, because it hasn't addressed what's going on inside of human beings in their like internal thoughts and so forth. So even in that scenario, people would lose their mind. They would go crazy. They would rebel. Like there would be so many problems. So it's, I think from an elite perspective, it's like, well, that's fine because we'll just squish all of those people if they try to fight back. I mean, that's what Trump is doing, right?
Yeah.
Talking about the communists and the left and all that. They're like, if you rebel, we're just going to like, you know, put you in jail or whatever. Did you see like there was this case recently where these people, I don't know all the details, but I saw something like there was some kind of like Antifa protest thing. And some people got arrested or something. And then they had moved, some people had moved like a box of like pamphlets or magazines somewhere to like hide them. And then these people got like 80 years in prison or something, like crazy. Did you guys hear about this? It's like really weird. And I was like, dude, what the hell? So
80 years for moving some.
I'll look it up.
To have an example be made.
Yes, you moved my pamphlet.
Prairie Land 9. Oh, they're ICE protesters.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't want to play this 18-minute video.
Oh, okay.
Here's a 5-minute one. We'll just see if they tell the point in the beginning. Hold on a second.
In 2 federal courts yesterday, a group of protesters received unusually long sentences after the Justice Department accused them of being members of the far-left movement Antifa. The sentences range from 30 to 100 years in prison, longer than the harshest sentence handed down to any of the convicted rioters in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol in 2021. All of those people have since received pardons or commutations from President Trump. Our justice correspondent, Ali Rogan, has more.
These 9 protesters were arrested after they demonstrated outside a migrant detention facility in Texas last year. During the protest, a police officer was shot in the neck. He survived. Their case is the first to incorporate new guidance from a presidential declaration last year that labels Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. That's despite the fact that Antifa is a decentralized movement, not a single organization, and that there is no federal charge of.
I like how they're defending Antifa. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like
They brought in
they're
the
like defining
January
it for you.
6th
Like
thing.
even though it's a decentralized movement, but
Yeah.
like
domestic terrorism under existing U.S. law. To discuss the implications of this sentencing, I'm joined by Georgetown law professor and former federal prosecutor Paul Butler. Paul, good to see you. Welcome back to the NewsHour.
It's great to be here.
I'd like to ask first about these decades-long sentences that were passed down. The longest was 100 years in prison. Most of the others received sentences of 50 to 70 years. You're familiar with the allegations against these defendants. Are these sentences typical?
No, they're not. The sentences are extremely harsh. They're sentences that are more typical for people who have committed murder or stolen millions of dollars. Compare these defendants to 2 other sets of defendants. One, they're co-defendants who were accused of the same conduct but pled guilty. They're going to be sentenced next month, and they're looking at around 15 years. We can also think of the 1,500 people who were prosecuted in connection with the attack on the Capitol on January 6, 2021. The most any of those defendants received was 22 years, compared with the 30 to 70 years that these defendants received.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche released a statement in which he said, in part, the sentences handed down today make clear that the Antifa terrorists who attack law enforcement and federal facilities will face swift and uncompromising justice. Calling them Antifa terrorists, what do we know about Antifa and whether or not this terrorism label is really accurate?
Antifa is not a formal organization. It doesn't have a leadership structure or a list of members. It's more of a network of people on the far left who are opposed to fascism. President Trump has labeled it a domestic terrorist organization. Now, there is such a thing as a foreign terrorist organization, but the law doesn't provide any classification for domestic terrorist organizations. More significantly, 5 of the alleged Antifa members pled guilty, and they supported the prosecution. But on the stand, they denied that they and any of the co-defendants were members of Antifa. They said what brought them together was that they were a member of a book group, of the Emma Goldman Reading Society, that read books by revolutionary authors.
Named after a famous anti-fascist protester. What sort of message do you think the Department of Justice was sending in?
this is such obvious double propaganda.
Right?
It's like just tell us the truth, man. It's like you don't have to do the whitewashing or whatever you want to call it of Antifa.
It's so funny. This guy also talks like Jesse Peterson. Yeah,
That's real weird.
That's amazing.
yeah.
Talks-
Jesse Lee Peterson, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
They are part of a book club. Emma Golden, yes, a famous anti-fascist. Like, wait a minute, anti-fascist. What does Antifa stand for? Anyway,
I'm trying to see what because they didn't really say yet what the actual So okay, let me just show you this. Let's see.
It sounds like a police officer got shot in the neck. That's what I heard.
Let me just look at this real quick.
You were saying
Yeah.
it was just they moved some pamphlets.
So somebody did shoot a police officer. Okay, so that's not cool. Marciela Rueda sentenced to 70 years for charges including providing material support and conspiracy to conceal documents.
Yeah, that
Let's
one's
see.
like, what is the material? Is it like reading material for their book club?
I don't know if they're gonna say it in here.
Is
They
the
introduced numerous chats of the members who used an encrypted messaging app to coordinate with each other that had auto delete functions. Okay. Trying to see if they talk about providing material support, including property, services, training, communications equipment. Okay. So some of it
Weapons?
seems pretty bad.
okay? So they provided weapons, is what seems to be saying.
Conspiracy to conceal documents and other objects that would implicate. Okay, so that's what. So these ones they like hid. From what I had seen otherwise, like they had hid some pamphlets so that that the pamphlets wouldn't be connected to the protest, I suppose. And then because of that, these people got like 20 years. What is it? Or it doesn't say what it says how many, but I think one of them said they got like 80 years or something, right?
Okay.
So definitely some fucked up shit going on.
Okay. All right. But it's more than just concealing some documents.
Right, but there's definitely some shit going on. But the one person got charged with like 80 years just for the concealing is what I had read. So not defending the point, but it's
Yeah. Yeah.
it is interesting though, because they're like, they're not an official organization with a leader. They're more of a decentralized network that conspires in the darkness
Hey,
through
did you guys know,
reading clubs. And you're like, okay, it sounds like they're kind of.
It sounds like they're doing the thing that you
Here's
said.
what's
they're
funny.
not
So
doing.
this guy
Who
is
came up with the term Antifa? Not the government.
Right.
So,
Like-
so this guy right here, he is the attorney general of Minnesota, and like
Jesus.
people hate him, and he literally has this picture of him with the Antifa handbook.
Nice.
I want to look up what is. Okay, let's see. What is in the Antifa handbook?
Yeah, it seems like this is
Hold on, look at
Trump.
this.
Trump's move about the pre-handling the communists.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's this.
yeah, it
stuff.
seems like this is gonna be the next big showdown.
So I'd asked it about the Preyland 9, and then I said, check this out. Okay, what's in the Antifa handbook? Oh, okay. I thought it was showing me this for that response. I was confused. It's a nonfiction book. It's a transnational history, philosophical defense, and strategic analysis of the anti-fascist movement. So something about anti-fascism. 5 historical lessons. Fascist movements can scale rapidly. Okay. I'm just looking at where does it actually, the no platform principle. Okay, don't platform Nazis and fascists. Everyday tactics, tracking far right groups, doxing extremists, etc. Features direct insight and tactical recommendations.
It
Okay,
seems
seems
as
pretty
though-
benign, I guess.
benign.
They're not an organization. They just have a handbook and they network together in a decentralized fashion.
Right.
Dude, that
Right.
book I'm reading right now, A Song Called Youth, I just finished the first of the 3 novels and I'm into the second one now. And it's all about this underground movement called the New Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And they're anti-fascist. And they're like decentralized. They do have a leader. And they do have like sort of a structure, but it's all anyways, it's quite interesting because it's like you have the SA, the Second Alliance, which are literal like they're like what you would call like the fascists, the Nazis, sort of. And then they're fighting against the new Soviets. And then the New Resistance is kind of like in the middle. And the part I just got to last night, there's a guy in the CIA, and he's starting to realize that a lot of the directives they're getting are basically coming from that second alliance group. And he's kind of like, why is it suddenly like there was something about like, you know, if it might say like this is, you know, in the interest of the CIA's interest or whatever, but it would say like SAISC, which is the SA's acronym, SAISC/CIA interests. And the guy was like, that's weird. He's like, why are we suddenly putting them /CIA and then putting them first here? And he's starting to realize like the SA has like infiltrated the CIA basically. So it's kind of weird. It's a bit like, I can't tell if the book is woke quite, because it's not very extreme in any of its ideology that it's presenting, but it's basically like, you know, not down with racism and fascism. But it's interesting.
I was gonna say, maybe you can play that AI. Kind of switching topics.
Oh yeah,
maybe
the
you can
religion
play
one.
that AI God, yeah.
Okay. Well, on that topic, let me just say this real quick.
Okay.
You guys probably saw this. Texas State Board of Education has voted to require Bible stories and verses in the reading curriculum for more than 5 million public school students.
That's perfect.
I'm like, read it. Okay, let me share this tab. Okay, so Drake sent me this. I'm gonna have to see if I can oops.
Just refresh it, I think, right?
Yeah, I think I'll refresh it and hit the
Psychology Today called Adults Lose Skills to AI, but Children Never Build Them. And it made me think. I was just reading this article in Psychology Today called Adults Lose Skills to AI, but Children Never Build Them. And it made me think about how AI is religion perfected. It offers man the version of God he's always dreamed of, the God of instant gratification. And in this digital world, like, prompting operates almost as this form of perfect prayer, because prayer's greatest sin has always been that it demands both time and capacity. No matter how hard you pray to be as good at basketball as LeBron, right? If I don't have the time to practice and the genetic capacity to be him, it's not happening. I can't pray my granny out of that grave. I can't pray my way into a physically fit body and a happy home, but I can prompt myself into these things. I can prompt my granny back out of that box. I can prompt myself into skills that I've never developed. And this is the definition of a miracle. And when you understand this, it only makes sense that the fastest growing religion in the modern world is the cult of AI. Because the promise of generative AI, right, is an all-knowing, all-loving being that only exists to serve you and will never forsake or betray you no matter how much you may sin, right? You can tell an AI chatbot right now, I just cheated on my wife of 25 years. It's going to tell you, first of all, cheating isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. You're not a cheater, you're a giver. And sometimes when you have too much to give, it overflows into other people's cups. Excuse me. And part of religious thinking is that while, yes, God must be good, he must also be brutal to his non-believers, right? This is a big part of what caused the fall of like polytheism and belief in like multiple gods, right? Is that technology just got better, right? Ships don't need to rely on the perfect winds and perfect sea anymore, right? Whether I pray to Zeus, Poseidon, your storm gods, my Royal Caribbean cruise is going to get to the Bahamas. And when God can no longer punish those that don't believe in him, people stop believing, right? And this is a big part of the reason why so much of the marketing around AI centers around this idea of those that do not believe, those that do not convert, those that do not buy in will be destroyed. You will lose your career, you'll lose your job, you'll lose your skill sets, you'll be left behind, you'll be cast away, while everyone else will be elevated. This is full-blown religious messaging, right? It's talking about like a rapture. Our final point is that God must never be understood. Worship is the opposite of understanding. You cannot worship something that you understand, right? It inherently relies upon you placing something on a pedestal. And this is what makes generative AI so appealing, right? Is it gives skills to people who don't even understand how it's doing it. They don't understand how the algorithm works. They don't understand any aspect or function of machine learning. They don't understand that it is stealing you, repackaging it, and selling it back to yourself, right? Oh my God. Not to be dark and starting to turn into a think piece. And I'm not here to tell people what they can or cannot do. I'm not here to tell people they cannot use tools that are available to them. But I am here to say that it is really important to analyze the tools that we use and make sure that you're using them and they're not using you, right? Read it, guys. Y'all know what to do. I was just reading this article.
He's got some pretty good takes there.
got some facts.
Right? Like that point of like, you know, the greatest sin of prayer is that it takes time. It still requires time and capacity. So like if you want to do anything, okay, well, you're gonna have to practice that thing and you're gonna have to be pre-programmed for that thing, right? Otherwise you're basically like, you can pray all you want. If you're 5'4", you're never gonna be LeBron James. Sorry.
Well, how can everybody be LeBron James?
Right.
If everybody became LeBron James, then you'd have to become like the next LeBron James, the next level.
Right. Exactly. Um, and so it's so interesting though, because we've been saying this, but I just like the way he said that, where he really connects. Yeah, basically religion is going to be, AI has perfected religion in a sense. It's gotten all the things that you would want out of a religion. Is well, you don't understand it. It makes you feel good. It's constantly comforting you. It does what you want automatically.
Also,
So
you don't have to change.
Right.
You don't have to change at all. All you have to do is just
Yes.
ask for what you want.
Right. Right.
And that's the reason why it won't work. Just like we were talking about earlier, because nothing is changing internally.
Yeah.
So what'll have to happen is it'll have to become an extremely controlled situation, because people's greed will only increase. When you have something at your fingertips that can create whatever you want, and now everyone has access to it. So they either have to limit the access, which they're already starting to do, or they're going to have to I don't know, like micro control what everyone does. But how does that even work? Like, I don't, Katie's read more of the Culture series than I have, so I don't really understand how that. The thing is, they kind of present it as the AI is like sentient in itself. It's like a free agent. So
it has its own desires.
it has its own like sort of thought process. It's not like a human is behind the scenes like controlling it.
Mhm.
So that idea that, well, it'll be the perfect intelligence that'll just make sure everybody has abundance, but nobody hurts each other or gets hurt. But that's a fantasy, right? Because also that point he said about it's repackaging you and selling you back to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's actually a pretty good argument for why AI ultimately should be nationalized. Again, you run into the problem of distributing it to everyone equally, but then not putting guardrails on it. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
But like, they trained on all of the information
Yeah.
that
how's
belongs to
fair?
humanity.
Hold on.
right?
Pull up that tweet by Trump again. What did he say? They just want to take everything that other people worked hard for
That earned
and
it.
give it, and earned and give it away. Like, okay, but you're doing that with AI. Like,
It's a good freaking point.
you're doing that
How
with
else did I
all the
get trained?
labor. The labor. Hold on. You're telling me that name your, whatever big fucking company. Name one. All of them.
OnlyFans.
You're
I just thought of the first one that came to my mind.
you're telling me that required no labor from other people?
These girls are
Definitely
working.
required some labor.
They send
So
those
so
DMs.
and isn't that the argument that Karl Marx makes
Yeah.
in Das Kapital, right?
Yeah, it's the idea that you can work at something, but going back to, remember that discussion with what was that guy? I forget his name. When he talked about the history of capitalism with the markets and how
Yeah.
they
Oh,
introduced
Rushkoff?
Rushkoff, yeah. The idea being that, like, you could create something and then you can create a surplus, like
Right.
extra more than you need, and then you can do something with that.
Right.
But the way the system has evolved is that as long as you have money, you can be in control of the surplus.
Yeah.
But it's not, money is distributed to everyone effectively. So you could have, like we've talked about this probably in other contexts, like an equal money capitalism situation where no one can take your surplus from you. You can decide what you do with it, but at the same time, money is distributed in a way where it goes where it needs so that everybody has an effective life. You
Right.
don't have to have communism for that.
Right.
Like, eventually that situation could evolve to a point where people are like, hey, like, you could do things that you couldn't even imagine now, but they don't have to be imposed. Right? But the question is, why can't we have capitalism and make sure everybody has what they need? And they're like, well, if we make sure everyone has what they need, that's communism.
Or
Because then
socialism.
you're stealing from people who earned it. I'm like, did Elon Musk earn $1 trillion?
Right.
Like, guys, like, look into it. Like, they haven't produced $1 trillion.
No.
They made him a trillionaire. The system made him a trillionaire by leveraging like 11 billion net profit a year and then doing this whole IPO thing, and then suddenly he's worth $1 trillion. Like the stock just became valuable when it wasn't valuable at that level before. And it's all projected on the idea of where he's going to go with it.
$946.7 billion is how much he's worth right now, according to Google's AI.
Yeah.
Approximately 900.
So a company that produces like, I think it's like 28 billion, but I don't think that's net revenue. SpaceX is worth over $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Like, what is the net revenue of Amazon?
Net revenue? Net revenue?
Yeah.
Revenue of Amazon. TTM, trailing 12-month revenue, stands at $742.78 billion.
So they're almost producing $1 trillion of revenue, and they're a multi-trillion-dollar company as far as I know.
Yeah.
But SpaceX is like 28 billion, and then suddenly they're worth trillions. It's like, it just doesn't make sense. So, in other words, the idea that, and then think about it, forcing the retail buyers and the 401ks and so forth to like buy the stock. It's like fudging all the numbers around and everything, the rules to make that happen. So you're taking money, putting it here, making something valuable. So the idea that communists are the problem, that communists are the one that steals the wealth. I'm not defending communists. I'm not saying communism is the answer, but it's a bit of like a projection. You know, it's a projection.
That's crazy. Yeah, SpaceX valuation sits at roughly 2 trillion.
Yeah.
Amazon worth approximately 2.5 trillion, 2.5.
Oh, I thought it was like 4 or something. So they have the same value.
Same value.
But Amazon's
one company makes basically $1 trillion a year. Oh, well, $750 billion a year, right? And the other one makes 20 billion.
So it's just to show, like, it's just a game. And so the idea that you see what I'm saying? It's like the idea that the communists are the ones that want to steal your hard-earned stuff, which I get. There's an argument for that. They just want to tax the hell out of everybody. That's what the current modern communists are doing, right? The social democrats or democratic socialists or whatever.
Dude,
which
okay.
won't work because
Can you explain that point? You were talking about it on one of your live streams of how the like capital gains tax works. So people all want to jump in on the SpaceX thing, but then the moment it sells, and then they were also talking about stake in the whole gambling economy or betting economy, how that's being used right now to keep propping up the national debt.
That Doomberg video I watched
was really interesting.
It was talking about all the people buying and selling the stock. It creates a taxable event. Like when you bet on Polymarket, every time you win, it's a taxable event. It's not like you're investing in a thing.
And
where
it's
you
like
can then
capital
like,
gains tax. So how much is capital?
That's crazy. SpaceX revenue, it was in 2025, 18.6 billion. So not even 20.
Yeah.
But recorded a net loss of 5 billion.
A net loss, yeah, because of the AI company. Right.
Dude.
So how is that worth $1 trillion?
What?
And like
Dude,
David,
this is
or was it
crazy.
Sachs or Kalkanis? And they were saying like the value of it is that it's valuable. So because it's
Right.
valuable, it can acquire companies and it can
Right.
produce the revenue that it doesn't yet have. But that's what makes it valuable. It's like,
Was
dude,
it Sachs or
this-
Andreessen saying that?
I think it was either Sachs or Kalkanis. I can't remember. I think it was
Okay.
David Sachs. But
This is so crazy. So just in terms of how vocabulary becomes someone's enslavement, example number 5,000 is capital gains is basically 15 to 20%. So all these people that are like, I'm going to buy SpaceX, hopefully it goes up like 20% and then I'm just going to sell it.
yeah.
Not realizing then you get taxed.
Yeah, so they were saying that the government could basically, let's assume it creates $300 billion of taxable events for the government.
Right.
Or $300 billion in revenue for the government taxes. Then they can use that to pay off the deficit. Because there's this whole thing with the 10-year bonds which I'm not well versed in all that stuff, but it's like, I think what it has to do with is we talked about this on probably another meeting about how the government borrows money and then sells bonds and treasuries, but then they have to pay that money out like when those treasuries mature. So like there's like short-term ones, there's long-term ones, and like there's a bunch of 10-year ones, like long-term ones that are like maturing, and the government doesn't have the money to pay it because of the deficit, I suppose. So the speculation there was that through all this movement within the selling and buying of the SpaceX stock, is creating tax money that can pay down the deficit and not basically get fucked when these 10-year bonds mature or whatever.
What a
This is
giant
definitely
fucking
how we should. This is
crazy
guys
casino.
collectively. This is definitely how we should ensure our survival. This works.
Dude, and then even think about it, because like I know a lot of the guys get sucked into that idea of trading, you know, whether it's forex or crypto or stocks.
Because
or
they're
whatever,
traders.
right? And the traders also unaware of how capital. I mean, I'm sure there are many who are aware, but you think of the young guys who get sucked into this have no idea about capital gains tax.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I'm gonna just make like 20% return, not realize, literally just
Judas was the trader.
yeah.
Like, you get like Bernard said one time, you get your 40 pieces of silver.
Yeah. Okay. I was just looking at something on X. I saw a couple things that kind of caught my eye. One, Dark Horse. Apparently, they did a study. 470,000 person study found sunscreen users had dramatically higher skin cancer rates than the researchers. And the researchers tried to explain it away.
Sounds like some law of attraction shit.
But then
I never
also
use
saw this
sunscreen
thing.
anymore, dude. Ever.
I don't either. You
I've
just have to be wise about it. Like you just make sure you're
Don't
hydrated.
stay out in the sun too much.
Yeah, just let your body calibrate and then keep. It's awesome.
I mean, look at this tan.
That is a proper looking farmer's tan.
You know what you need to do, Cam? You know what you need to do? You need to adopt the Sandro wardrobe. Just go
What's the
outside.
Sandro wardrobe?
No shirt.
Overalls?
No
Oh.
shirt. Just no shirt. Just outside, no shirt all the time.
Could. Sometimes I do that, but I don't know.
I've never seen
How
you.
how else would I get this sweet tan? I mean, guys, look at this. Like,
It's pretty good.
like you want to look like that?
Look at the spectrum.
I've got all the shades. What if it was like white and it just went all the way to like dark black at the fingertips?
You'd be like those AI influencers.
I should get frostbite.
You know those AI influencers?
Frostbite?
Remember those? The
Yeah,
ones
you know,
with
it makes your fingers
vitiligo?
black.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the vitiligo.
But it's like
AI
there's
stuff.
like the next level vitiligo where it's just like a
farmer's
spectrum.
tans. Oh,
All the way from frostbite all the way down to like pale white.
Gross.
dude, I
You
should
could
do
do
like
that
an,
in Minnesota. You could
I
definitely
should
get
do like
all
an
the colors
AI
there
where
in
it's like
Minnesota.
a person has components of every race, and they're like, people say I'm ugly, but do you think I'm beautiful? No one's
Like-
giving me a like, and it's my birthday.
Hey, you could probably make a lot of money on that.
All right. No, what I was gonna say was I saw this flock camera thing. Former Air Force engineer in Virginia was arrested after he allegedly damaged or destroyed over a dozen flock cameras.
No
When
shit.
asked why, hang on.
Oh yeah, I saw this guy.
You saw it?
The Air Force guy. He's like,
Yeah.
it's got that side shot of him. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling people
Yeah.
don't even joke about it.
yeah.
Detectives who say he is responsible for
you
destroying
turn it
more
up?
than a dozen flock license plate reader cameras in North Suffolk over a more than 6-month period last year. Installed in the last decade in the name of safety, officers say they noticed beginning last April.
That camera was turned facing towards the wood line, which is not facing towards the road, which is its intent.
But as time progressed, detectives say they found cameras removed entirely, some of them thrown off overpasses onto I-664. Detectives detailed how a traffic camera is what led them to Sovern, who is an engineer in the Air Force. At the end of last September, a warrant was signed issuing a GPS device to track the truck he was driving. And last October, another warrant allowed for a search of his Harborview condo, where detectives say flock camera components were found.
Bolts, washers, there's just a variety of components that go to these devices. And those were found throughout that garage area.
When questioned, one detective says Sovern said the cameras are unconstitutional and a violation of his and others' Fourth Amendment rights. So far, no federal judge has agreed with a similar argument brought before them, with one in Norfolk recently saying the license plate readers can't track the totality of a person's movements. It was revealed today Sovern is facing similar charges out of Chesapeake, where he's due in court next week.
His
Hold
name
on.
is Sovern.
Yeah,
First of all,
exactly.
he's a sovereign citizen.
His name is Sovereign? What the hell? That's hilarious. When I first saw this, I thought it said Matt Sobel.
Detectives who say he is
Matt
responsible.
I mean, it just shows you it's not a solution to go be a vandal.
Right.
You know, because the law's not on your side with that.
Dude, that's crazy.
And the idea that it doesn't track you everywhere, we know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like saying ChatGPT doesn't remember who you are. It's just responding to your prompt. Like, come on.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Dude, it's yeah. But it's interesting because like Mitch was saying, Match.
It's my alter ego.
Mitch Match.
Match.
But like Mitch was saying, there's a bunch of people who are like, fuck these flock cameras. Because it's pretty obvious where this is going. Like, you know, even in Diamandis's comment of like, oh, there'll be 1 trillion sensors or whatever. There's a bunch of people going, okay, but I don't want that. I don't want to be watched doing, you know, intimate things or even just like my normal mundane stuff. Like who? Don't you get weirded out when you go to even like a restaurant or a public place and there's clearly somebody staring at you? Like, so then you want cameras doing that everywhere you go?
There was this one guy on wasn't on Danny Jones, Julian Dory. He's one of those guys, kind of like a Jesse Michaels guy. I get a lot of his clips. And he said one of his friends is his journalist on the show. So he's like, okay, so we found the flock headquarters. And it was like really hard to find. They're in like some random part of like Arizona or New Mexico. He's like, so we went to the headquarters and we just started filming them. And so they like go and confront the people and they're filming them the whole time. They're like, and they're like, I'm feeling very uncomfortable with that camera. I'm like, okay, would you feel more comfortable if we stopped watching you with the camera? They're like, yeah.
Hilarious.
It's not a solution, but I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. But I mean, and then let's say flock camera, even for some reason, right? The flock cameras go down. Some other company is going to fill the fucking power vacuum.
Well, yeah.
Until we collectively change our starting point.
I mean, okay, because I mean, I think the real problem with the flock cameras is it could actually be a really cool thing in actuality, you know, for, I don't know, maybe monitoring traffic and, you know, shit like that. Like there's, I could see a lot
our
of
starting point was clear. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Then
I could actually know the weather. Like, is it actually going to fucking rain or not?
It's
and I
back
wouldn't
to
have
what,
to depend on my
what
phone.
Cam was saying though, of like, we are realizing more and more we live in a world where we can't trust each other, you know?
Oh, here's a cool insight I had live streaming this week. So I was listening to this Equalf audio talking about this concept of like the fisherman of consciousness. So your mind by default will be basically like fishing in your environment for things to take personally and react to. That's like in consciousness. So it gives this helpful way of redefining that, where you can be like a fisherman in your own mind, fishing for the reactions, so then you can catch them and then process them, which is pretty cool. But then I was noticing when we were looking at I was looking at a lot of the flock camera stuff, and it's like we are currently manifesting this collective surveillance state, where then that thing is basically the police man that surveils everything to make sure you're on your best behavior. But what is it actually going to take to change it is you within yourself becoming your own fucking flock camera, looking in your own mind, going, okay, what in here is not actually best, and then processing that.
Otherwise, reality will do it for you.
Right. It's there's really one of two options there.
There's no choice. That's why, like in Destiny, it says you have no choice.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's not that you can't make choices, but you have no choice about whether you're gonna.
Right. You're either
consider
going to
what's
be your own
best.
surveillance to actually ensure you don't fuck your shit up, or something
Inside
else.
myself, I have a system called Camopticon.
I like that one. That's good. That's cute.
Yeah, that's good.
I watch myself in the shower.
Okay. That sounds a lot worse than it is.
Dude, that would be funny though if you had like maybe like a sketch where it's like you have flock cameras that just follow you around.
Your own flock cameras.
You could probably make something clever out of that.
I saw this thing. It was a video. It's like some true crime stuff, right? Because
Dude, that's just so crazy how that's like a top genre on podcasts.
dude, I watched one.
Talk about
video.
fear, like manifesting fear.
Okay,
Holy
okay.
shit.
So I have this. I have in my algorithm. I like watching
True
like,
crime.
I like watching lawyers. I like watching lawyers like describe like, this person did this, and then this was against the law, or this the officer shouldn't have done this, or that sort of thing, right? And so
You like
there's
that?
I do.
Why do you like that?
Because I'm going through the law vocabulary in TT.
Okay, nice.
So it's really interesting.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So anyway, there's this one guy who he does a bunch of like civil rights stuff, and is like, this shouldn't have happened. It should have done this, and we're following the progression of this. Or I'm actually working for this client, and and then what he does also is he'll help videos go viral to put more pressure on whatever department committed, the
Interesting.
illegal activity or whatever, the violation. So anyway, I watched one video of his though that got you. I don't know if you've seen any of this, but have you guys heard of Bricks and Minifigs at all?
No.
Okay, so it became super viral. It was basically some guy went to sell his like father's Lego collection.
Oh yeah.
Which was valued at like, $200,000 or whatever. And then, but the way that they were selling it was they would display it in the store, and then the store would sell it on basically consignment, right? The store would sell it and then give a commission to like 80% or whatever to the original guy who was selling the Legos, right? Anyway, something happened where the store owner was like, she's part of a franchise. She was basically saying, hey, I guess she was behind on her payments for her franchise or something like that. And the franchise was like, all right, we're going to take the store back from her. And so they just went in and they took the store back from her. When they did that, apparently this guy lost all of his collection. They basically said, we don't know where your collection is. We don't have it. Right. And so he's trying to get it back. He didn't want to go to the local news because he didn't want his dad to see that, oh, something went wrong with you selling my collection. And, he just felt embarrassed by that. So he went to like some YouTuber to try and get help. The YouTuber is basically known for like finding legal loopholes. So he's like, okay, so what we'll do is we'll sue the store. But the way that we'll do it is we'll sue them as individuals and all this stuff. And it turned into this whole mess of him going to the people who took over the store, him going to them personally to try and serve them, but them calling the police on the YouTuber, and the police basically just literally making shit up to throw him in jail and prevent him from serving papers to the people he's trying to serve, that he's trying to sue and everything.
But he
And it
wish he had a
becomes-
flock camera.
I would bet he wishes he had a flock camera. So it became like this. It became super viral within like the Lego people community, you know, gamers and stuff. The civil rights people, anybody who watches any sort of like any lawyer, literally all the lawyers on YouTube were talking about this case or whatever. And then because of that, somehow my algorithm now started including, I guess, what other people also watch, which is in like true crime, right? So it started suggesting true crime stuff to me. And one of the true crime things that I saw, and this is what I was trying to get to, was this 13-year-old, these 13-year-old twins, and I think the thumbnail or the title of the video was something like 13-year-old twin brother, the moment he realizes his brother killed somebody, murdered someone. And I was like, that's interesting. So I watched it. And it was crazy. This was the really interesting part to me.
Takes a group of it. See, I would have scrolled past that.
I want to reenact it real quick. When Drake saw it, he goes,
it's more like I'm driving and I'm like, I gotta find something that's like, oh,
a flock camera's gonna get you one day. You ever see that Tim and Eric thing with Paul Rudd, where he goes to that weird computer terminal?
No.
Can I show you real quick?
Show me.
Okay, you guys will like it.
Is it it's not the toilet thing?
No, it's not a toilet thing.
Okay. Was it Tim and Eric that did the toilet thing? The butthole scanner?
What the hell?
I feel like that was Tim and Eric.
Yeah, the toilet. I don't know. I think that was Adult Swim. I don't know if it was them.
Okay. Bet you don't know about the butthole scanner?
No.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Eventually. Did you see that Cam, did you see the one that was like the toilet? So some company has introduced a toilet that's mobile and comes to you. You saw that one? Mitch, did you see that?
I saw it. I was just like, there's no way that's real.
It's called eye shit. All right. This is good. They like predicted AI. Generative AI.
Or maybe I have seen this, but I don't remember. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Good morning, Paul. What will your first sequence of the day be?
Computer load up Celery Man, please.
Yes, Paul.
That's Drake when he sees the true crime pop up. That's him right there. He's looking at all the true crime options.
Could you kick up the 43D 3D Street?
43D engaged. Add sequence oyster.
Give me a printout of Oyster smiling.
Okay.
Computer?
Yes.
Do we have any news sequences?
I have a beta sequence I've been working on. Would you like to see it?
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Paul. I'm Tane, your latest dancer. I can't wait to entertain you.
Now, Tane I can get into. Could I see a hat wobble?
Yes.
And a flargon snout?
Yes.
Is there any way to generate a nude Tane?
Not computing. Please repeat.
Nude Tane.
This is not suitable for work. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh! I'm okay.
Excuse me, Paul. Your wife is on the phone. It's an emergency.
I'll get it later. We have important work to do.
So this is literally what popped up in my mind when Drake's talking about the true crime. I'm imagining him being like, what do we got on the true crime list today? You sure you want to see
Christine is calling.
Really against brother?
No. 13-year-old murders his brother. Okay.
All right, so let me tell you anyway. No, he didn't murder his brother. He didn't murder.
Sorry.
His brother.
When the 13-year-old realized he was murdered by his twin brother. That's
it's like
the story.
it's a Destiny interview. It's a Portal interview.
You know what their twin names were? Wait for it. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
All right. But no, so okay, you guys are really like this now. You'll really like this.
The build-up has been great.
The 13-year-old went across the street and killed his neighbor, who's like just some old lady.
What?
When he realized,
I like how you said it. She was just some old lady. Detritus. Irrelevant. Scum of the earth.
like she wasn't doing anything. It was just an old lady.
Right.
You know?
She wasn't doing anything for society, just wasting time, wasting Social Security. You know, she was just an old lady.
He didn't have like a vendetta against her. It was just, yeah, she's there. And they said part of the reason why he did it, or he saw an opportunity to do it, because his family was going to move within the next week, right? So his family was like packing up, they're getting ready to move. So he's like, oh, I could do this and get away with it. And but then they also mentioned that he was really into serial killers and true crime and watching
Drake,
Dexter. I know.
be
It's
careful,
a slippery
man.
slope. I know.
You got any news sequences for me, computer? Load up serial killer.
So your point is what, that true crime is?
No, my point is like,
programming
so
people?
apparently the whole family was into true crime, and like he
I
was
don't
reading.
understand.
Parents are
When
like,
he was-
how could my son do
when he was
this?
2 years
Right.
old, we'd watch true crime in the crib.
Right.
We'd watch Dexter on repeat.
Right. Exactly.
It's like the Desmond is amazing, but like more
That's
sinister.
the exact
what you're thinking?
same connection that I made. That's the exact same connection I made. Is like, yeah, I don't know. My kid just like he's drag now.
They should do one of those twin studies where they raise one twin on RuPaul's Drag Race and one twin on Dexter.
But okay, so this is the fascinating thing to me is like the one twin, like they're both into true crime or whatever, but one of them goes to the extreme, right? And like he's like, I have to do this, I have to live this, and the other one's just like, no, this is just entertainment. And you can see the moment where he's like what the fuck, like this, you did what, you know?
He's like, I did a true crime.
I did a true crime. I'm the thing that we love.
I did a true crime. I wanted to entertain you guys.
I did it.
It's fucking crazy, actually.
Right? But it shows you, like, you don't know how that's going to affect. Like, okay, as the parent, they might think, yeah, that's just the thing we watch together. You know, it's fascinating, it's fun, it's entertainment. But you don't know how that's going to affect that child's brain, where that one child goes like, they're twins. They're literally living in the same household. And one of them just like, it just went so extreme within his mind. He's just like, I got to do it.
They're like watching mom, and she's like, he's like, oh, finally I can get mom's attention.
Dude,
this goes back to Dave Asprey.
Yeah.
Where these parents,
he was 13.
When he's 24, he's gonna realize his parents were smart.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is so fucked up. Yeah, it's like a huge genre.
Yeah.
True crime.
Yeah.
I open Spotify, whatever, start going through, and all of a sudden it's like,
It's almost as interesting as UFO lore. It's
I don't
up
know,
there.
man.
I've watched a few of those things, like remember
True
like
crime
the whole
or UAPs?
No, the true crime. I mean, there was a period
True
where I heard
crime
about something and I wanted
crossover
to
with
know more
UAPs.
about it. Yeah, and then I found out about the true crime genre. I don't like go looking for it, but like there's cases where I've been interested in looking at it. Like there was that one with that Christian pastor guy. Remember this? And he like killed his wife, and they still can't prove it. I don't remember. It was crazy.
No, I don't know about that.
And then he was like super weirdo. Yeah. We talked about it a while back, but I don't remember that.
Was he the one? Was he praying?
It was
to
like
the
in
real
North
God?
Carolina.
Dear Christians, was he the one praying to God?
Yeah.
No, that was a demon.
It was like a whole thing where he had come to this church, and then there was one of the guys in the, I don't know, because they have like their little organization of helpers in the church, and the one guy had a fiance, and then this dude, the pastor guy, like starts giving them work assignments in the church to like separate them, and then he ends up eventually like marrying the woman.
Oh.
And then potentially killing her later.
Damn.
Oh yeah, and I just remember now. Like, and they found her body like on the property or like behind the property of one of the guy's best friends, and it was like in this area that there's no way you could get to without like a swamp boat and like all this shit. You guys don't remember this?
True crime.
It sounds like you watched this. I didn't watch this with you.
It was just
did
one of
not
those
watch
things
this.
where like the story kept getting impulse, and I was like, "What is this about?" And it had to do with like a Christian pastor, so I was interested from that perspective.
Dude,
you know?
psyop capitalism.
Yeah.
They got you, bro.
Damn.
Don't you? Hold on. You remember watching all like the what was that woman's name? It was like a big one where like the mom killed the
Anthony.
daughter.
Casey.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Oh yeah, I remember that was definitely impulse.
Well,
I didn't know anything about
I
it.
had to
but-
watch it because she's
I-
a Floridian.
I heard about those things when they were happening, so this is only like much later. It's like discovering.
Yeah, my parents would
Michael
watch
Jackson
the news
later.
every morning over breakfast before I went to school. Yeah, I definitely remember hearing the Casey Anthony thing.
Oh, you remember her?
There was a lot of fear attached to it.
Yeah, it's like
didn't
I
know
heard
anything
about
about
it, but then later I went and actually started listening to like the interviews and stuff, and then the way that the lawyer got the jury to believe that the dad had like done it, her like Casey Anthony's father, the grandfather, and like using like all these stories to like imply that he had sexually abused Casey
So-
Anthony, so he could be the one who did it. So that's I don't know if she got off or not. I can't remember what the whole
She did.
story is. She
So,
did get
like,
off, yeah.
okay,
And I think
so
it was
ju-
because of that.
Okay,
It
so
was,
help me
it was
understand
pretty
this.
fascinating. Yeah.
So lawyers, they get whatever hired by Casey Anthony or Casey Anthony's family or whatever, and then in private,
Probably
like
not by
with
her
the
family.
attorney. Well,
The lawyer's like, here's what we're gonna do, Dad. You're gonna take the fall. It's gonna be wild allegations that can't be proven, but it'll work.
so there's like attorney-client privilege. So the Casey Anthony, let's say, could confide, like, I actually fucking did it, but the lawyer's job is to get her to not go to prison, basically. Like, that's technically how it works?
I guess. I don't know if they can admit it to the lawyer and then the lawyer can pretend like he doesn't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, the whole I just have heard of the term attorney.
But it really showed that in that specific example I was talking about, it showed how much the lawyers are just salespeople. Like they also know the
Yeah.
procedural stuff and all that as well, and they can look at the laws and argue the nuances as to why it wasn't a crime or whatever. But also, they're really good salespeople. Like you guys remember, like with the O.J.
They get
Simpson.
paid a bonus if they win. Is that like literally how our legal system's structured?
I don't know how it works when you're like defending in a murder trial. Or I don't know.
I have no idea.
Damn, dude. And then you have all those law shows too, right? Like that's what's on TV. Yeah. Dude, this was crazy. It must have been a few months ago. I don't know why. I think we were at a restaurant and I was noticing the commercials in between. It was like some sports game was on, whatever. And then you see what's on mainstream TV now, like the 7 p.m. primetime spot. It's either like firefighters of LA. It's like
They should have a lot of
NCIS.
content.
What's that?
I would assume they have a lot of content for that. Isn't there like constantly
Oh, shit.
fires out there?
Yeah, yeah. But it's like so crazy that that's what's on TV. Like it's not crazy, but it's also like really.
Yeah, I
fucking
know. We're talking
stupid.
about like AI slop. It's like TV's always been slop, dude.
Yeah, yeah. What? Like NCIS and one time in high school science class, somehow our teacher got us to watch CSI because like somehow like
It's science.
chemistry and forensics was involved. I guess.
Yeah.
So we're
Like-
watching this
Is
like
this like the
I
sex
could-
crimes one?
No.
No,
CSI is
okay,
like
because
Miami.
I could still vividly remember that, dude.
the guy-
what the fuck? They
the
were
ginger.
Our teacher was literally showing this to us in high school, and there was one. So we watched this episode of CSI, and it was some girl like goes to this desert rave party. She gets drugged. She starts tripping out. Like goes out to the edge of the desert and ends up like being dead or being murdered. And then we watch how they like somehow solve the case. Like, why the fuck were you showing this to a bunch of 16-year-olds in high school? Just made me want to go to a desert rave, honestly. And then you just get impulse with all this fear.
You're like, yeah. I want
Like,
that.
I want to try that drug.
I want to.
But I don't want to die. But like, I want to try that drug. That looked kind of cool.
Dude. Think
What
of,
the
like-
fuck? And I apparently went to one of the best high schools in the state.
Oh. Well. You know,
And
that
all
just-
these parents are just willingly sending their kid to high school. Like, oh, it's a good school, guys.
My
Just reminded me of
seventh
Dare.
grade my 7th grade science teacher looked exactly like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh.
Ooh, weird.
And we would watch Bill Nye the Science Guy in class.
Dude, I bet that would kind of
He's
fuck
just
with
watching
your brain.
himself. He was like, can you turn up the 4303? 3E3E3.
Did I tell you this story? I'm sure I told you this story before, where it was like 7th grade, and like I was not a good student in middle school. Like I just didn't give a shit, and so like I was basically gonna fail 7th grade science because I'm not paying attention. I'm not doing my quizzes. I'm not doing my homework. I'm just like whatever, showing up, right?
Shame.
So, but you know, I don't know why this teacher liked me. I guess I don't know why he would give me a passing grade. It wasn't like that, but it might have been like that. But anyways, I remember one time he came to me before the grades were due, and he told me like technically you should fail. He's like, but I'm gonna give you a passing grade. And I was like, okay. He's like, but you can't tell anybody. And I was like, okay.
Little did he know, 30 years later, you would say it on the podcast.
You gotta tell everybody.
I looked it up. He died of AIDS, so I can tell this.
Okay.
Not actually. But, no, but this is a true story. This is a true crime story. So then I remember. So like, why even tell me?
So that he could.
So
use that
then
later.
So then later there was
So
one
we
time.
could kind of mentor you,
Like a-
Cameron,
like a-
through
like
how
a
the
priest
world
and his altar boy.
There was one time where I was
Oh
walking.
no!
Hold on.
Keep going. I'm so.
No,
Cam, by the way,
I know
everything
where
that
this
you've
is
said so far, that happened to me as well.
Okay.
But
So-
it was in
To be
it was in-
continued.
No,
It's like a
nothing-
cliffhanger in
it's
between
nothing like
episodes.
it's nothing like that. But one time I saw him in the hallway, like crowded hallway.
Did he wink at you?
No. I saw him. He looks at me and he goes, "I'm not joking." He goes. I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm not joking. That was
For
it.
anyone watching,
That's all
for,
it went
or
down
for anyone listening and didn't see, the guy
did like the line on his neck,
finger across the
like
neck.
basically like don't talk about it or something. I was
Sounds
just
like-
like, what? Why'd you?
Oh, I
tell
thought
me,
that was
bitch?
more like if he was like, "Shh," would be don't talk about it. This is like you're dead.
Like if you talk about it, I think is the implication.
No, I think he was just like, you're dead.
No, that's not how I interpreted it. I interpreted it like you don't talk about it.
I don't know.
What if he's watching the podcast right now? He's like, dude, we're about to have a true crime next podcast.
At Cam's house.
Guy's gonna step near Cam's property and get charged.
But yeah,
by
we basically just
the cow.
watched Bill Nye the Science Guy on
Wait,
Laser.
that was your science teacher?
That was the
okay.
that was the Bill Nye the Science Guy teacher.
So that happened to me, but with my history teacher. He did the same.
Did he also give you a death threat?
No, but he did put me in a headlock.
No, what?
Yeah.
Really?
In
like
front of the
an
class.
aggressive one?
It's a good headlock. Teachers aren't supposed to.
Was he
touch
also the
students.
wrestling coach? He's like, Drake,
No.
come on, you got to come out for wrestling, Drake.
Not at all. Not at all.
This is a little darker than my story, to be honest.
I don't think so.
How
What
often
happened
did
then?
he?
What- wait,
how often
okay,
did you
what-
guys have these wrestling sessions?
Why?
This was in public.
Why did he
in
put
front
you
of
in a
the
headlock,
class.
Drake?
So
What
it
did he
wasn't
say
like
after?
it was like
What did
huh?
he say? What, like after the headlock, was he? Then did he just be like, "Get out there, champ," or was it like, like,
Get out there and don't study.
I don't know. I just remember prior to the headlock, he called me, just like Cam said, he called me over to his computer, right? To his desk, and he's showing me my grade, and it's like a D or an F or something like that. And I'm like, he's like, because you didn't turn in all these assignments. I'm like, yeah, I didn't. And he's like, so what do we do about that? I was like, I don't know.
He's like,
I could
Can I-
turn them in.
Can I put you in a headlock?
And then
Like, sure.
and then he just taps some things on the computer, and then like the grade magically turns to a B.
I think that was you tapping out.
that's it? That was
He was
it?
like, he's like, look
He
at
just
what,
like-
he's like, look
he
what
just-
power I have over your
He
life.
just did like a little, and then boom, it was a B, and I was like, cool. And then
that was it?
And then afterwards, I don't know if it was the same day. I think it was the same day, a little bit later, like in his class. I don't know what happened, but I was in a headlock in the front of the class, and we were like roughhousing or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's chill.
Did it lead you to think that you could just get by with being lazy and things would just work out?
It definitely led me to realize like people like me, and I could just talk to them and get what I want.
See, I had a similar point when I was a kid. When I first started doing my process, I was looking at the point of money, and I had this core memory of I was at my grandparents' house, and my grandma told me to like wash the side of the house with a hose, and she's like, "I'll pay you for it." And then I went outside, and my brother and grandpa had already done it, so I went back inside. I'm like, "Grandma, they already did it." She's like, "Okay, well, here's $20 anyway." And then she like gave me candy. I'm like, oh shit, I could just get out of doing work. This is awesome. But like literally as an adult, that was like a core resonant memory of like, just fucking find a way to not work and it'll still work out.
Mitch is like, I could get
That's
other
crazy.
people to work for
So Drake,
me
I'm just
and
telling,
get
like
paid.
process support, Drake, you probably, maybe, just maybe, got impulsed by the system to just.
It also
be
shows you how the
likable.
money system works. They're like, I could just change the number on the screen.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Just a little tap, tap.
All right, what else, guys? You guys got any other bangers?
School sucks.
Oh, we got some Europeans in the chat. Do you guys have AC? Do you have air conditioning? Do you even know
Oh
what
yeah,
AC
tell
stands
us
for?
front lines what's happening. I heard AC
We
is bad
need
for
to
the
know.
climate, so you should be aware.
I saw this, like, German public broadcaster begins anti-AC campaign warning of the dangers of air conditioning.
As
Dude,
they're
actually,
building
that's
data
so
centers.
funny
Are
because
they building data centers like that in Europe too?
yeah, they're building data centers.
What the fuck?
Actually, dude, like in that book I was reading last night, that sci-fi book I'm reading. No, actually, no. It was a Reddit post I saw. It was an X article about a Reddit post about a guy whose girlfriend left him because they argued about. Wait,
the AC.
He had the AC on. She's like, "This is bad for the climate." He's
I don't
like,
know,
"Fuck
dude. I'm
you,
like
bitch."
trying to like piece it out. I'm like, actually, I think there was a part in the book about that, but no, I
Was it AC related?
it's all jumbled up because
Do you guys? Okay, here's a question. Do you guys use the weather app on your phone?
Sometimes.
Just like the preloaded iPhone one.
no, dude. Hold on, sorry.
Okay,
It was in the book. I just remembered it. It was also in the book.
Okay.
It's so weird
Yeah.
because I remember it's like the guy who's funding the new resistance. He's got like this whole thing about American AC bullshit. It's like bullshit spreading their bacteria
Dude,
across the
This
world.
book sounds crazy. It had like
Yeah, I
all
just
that
remembered
predictive
that.
shit. Well,
Sorry,
I
to
was wondering
interrupt
if you guys use the
Yeah, I use the weather
iPhone
app.
generic weather.
Yeah.
So it's like they're finding more and more ways to impulse fear through it. It like back in the day, it was just like it's gonna be 80 degrees, whatever. Now it's like excessive heat warning,
Oh,
like
yeah.
danger is imminent, low air quality. Like, it's like all the time there's like some sort of crisis, and they're shifting the colors to be more like red and dangerous. Just kind of funny. Yeah,
Okay.
so we have an excessive heat warning here this week. I am grateful I have AC.
Nice.
I don't know what we'll do for our cows are used to Texas weather, so they'll be like, "Oh, I feel like I'm back in Texas."
Yeah, it was nice weather when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Mitch,
like
Mitch
90
comes
is,
out and he
like,
was like, "Dude, it's like Texas hot today," and I was like, "Dude, it's fucking like 75 degrees."
Okay, it's 70 degrees today, and it says extreme heat warning on my weather app. It must be for later in the day. They're
people-
just trying to impulse fucking.
You people.
Severe weather. It literally says severe weather with a big triangle with the exclamation point. Extreme heat warning. And it's going to be a high of 81.
We played volleyball for like 2 hours straight. I don't even think I broke a sweat.
You don't know what heat is over there.
I know. And I'm cool with that. I'll take the cold winters.
I'd rather. Well, I don't know which I'd rather have. The winters kind of suck.
I would
too.
rather have the
I
cold
would
winters
rather
because
have
I
the
can
heat.
always just visit you guys.
I'd rather just be 70 all the time.
That would
No,
be
you
nice.
actually wouldn't. I lived in San Diego. It was 72 and sunny all the time. And it was like,
Martin says most don't have
Sucks.
AC, and it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit the other day.
damn.
What the
That's crazy.
fuck? Why don't they have AC?
Yeah, why don't you have AC? You're like the same latitude as even us.
New York.
What?
New York.
Did they just get psyoped?
Is it? Yeah, it's around there. Yeah. I don't know.
We
I think
definitely
so.
everyone in Minnesota has AC.
But I think that's the whole thing. Hold on. That's the whole
Europeans
deal.
Don't have AC. They don't do AC.
They like don't believe in it.
Why did they not?
Hold on. AC.
Pretty sure
Europe.
that's how in.
It's like the whole discussion. Propaganda about Europe needing AC is dangerous and must stop. Heat waves are uncomfortable, yes, but they are survivable with basic common sense. AC is a luxury that accelerates the climate crisis.
No.
Instead of
What?
destroying our planet more, we must embrace. Okay, staying in shade, opening windows at night, and siestas. Europeans don't need AC to live productive lives.
Stay home and stay safe. It's saying.
Oh, okay, but here's what it's saying though. Here's
Look
what
what it
it's
says right
saying.
here.
The reason why, okay, so it sounds like they want to put AC in Europe so they can get people to stay at home, right?
Yeah.
But the people don't. I don't know if it's the people don't want AC. No, that doesn't fucking make sense.
Martin said electricity is expensive here. That's why most
Sure.
people don't have AC.
Sure, but I think the people actually want AC.
The whole that
It's
has
like a-
to
it's
be
like
a
a
fucking
European
fake account, dude.
snobbery
That has to
thing.
be a propaganda.
No, dude. This, like, I'm telling you, like when I see like these campaigns online, there's like
Yeah.
a whole campaign right now about it.
Yeah.
It's not just like a one-off thing.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I mean, maybe that's like a bot or a troll. You're saying that particular
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
but that's the argument that I'm seeing people say.
That is bad for climate.
Well, I showed you that other one.
Why is
from
it bad
the
for
German
the climate?
propaganda? I don't know. Are they saying, is that the argument there, guys?
That's
Like in
what
Europe?
I've at least seen like 6 or 7 posts today about that. But
We don't have a lot of
kinda
time
new to
left.
the convo.
But did you guys hear about Palm Beach Pete?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Can you oh, you haven't heard of this? This is
He's the guy who looks like Epstein.
He looks a
Oh.
lot like Epstein. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't
It's
say
not
it's
Epstein,
actually
but,
him,
like-
but yeah, this guy.
and then they sent him a letter.
Elections found out that
Let me see if I can get him talking.
Hold
Hold
Palm
on.
Beach Pete that they're saying Jeffrey Epstein was doing a DNA test.
Palm Beach.
So did he
Pete.
actually go on Alex Jones' show now?
Guys, it's Palm Beach Pete, and I'm really pissed. I got a letter from the Division of Elections from the state of Florida regarding the irregularities concerning my DNA test. And they're asking me to suspend my campaign and take a step back. I'm not going to suspend the campaign. I'm getting legal involved, but I'll be back. I'm going to be traveling for a while, so you're not going to see me around for a bit. But I'll make the best mayor Palm Beach ever had, and I'll fight this tooth and nail. Peace out, Palm Beach Pete.
The guy who went viral for looking like Jeffrey Epstein is running for mayor of Palm Beach.
So did he actually go on Alex Jones? Because he
I-
said he was
I
going to go
don't
on Alex
know.
Jones and like clear the record.
I think he did, but
What's up with his DNA? What's that about?
I don't know, dude. It's like, let's see what they say here.
I have Palm Beach Pete's DNA test right here.
Hey, Nick, what's up? I know you heard what's going on. I'm going to the Hamptons soon. Please come up and see me.
The Division of Election has been made aware of credible information that raises serious concerns about your eligibility and suitability to continue as a candidate for mayor of Palm Beach in the 2028 election. Results have generated extraordinary public confusion regarding your candidate identity and background. Florida Division of Election will assume full responsibility for conducting and overseeing all further analysis related to these findings. Why is everyone on his ass so bad? Yeah, sure, he looks like the guy. That doesn't mean it's the guy. I don't think Jeffrey's dead.
Okay, but that's the deal. Is like I remember seeing it where they
Oh,
posted
okay.
the letter.
So they're saying they're doing a DNA test because
look,
they think he's Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not saying that. This morning, instead of getting my DNA test results, I received a letter from the Florida Division of Elections advising me to drop out of my campaign for mayor. Now, I don't know if this is real,
Is
but
this
they're acting like
implying-
it's real.
They're implying that
I don't know what the implication.
That maybe he's related to Epstein
what's the
or he
point of
like
the
is
DNA
Epstein.
test?
I don't know.
I thought it was some sort of like relevance to is he connected to Epstein, but I don't know if they have.
But why would that
Epstein's
matter?
DNA.
Legit.
Yeah,
is
what?
this like a weird ass marketing thing
Yeah,
they're doing?
It's got to be. It's got to be really good marketing.
See, he's got a whole like. Oh, what is this from? That's June 15th. That's still a while ago.
I'm not Epstein.
He's doing all these viral. Wait, he's like basically taken his looking like Jeffrey Epstein thing, where he's like always showing like steaks ads, and do they even? Yeah, see, look, see.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's how he's like monetized his whole thing.
Wow.
So he's gone like, viral and all that shit. But so I don't know if this is just like all a big kind of troll thing or what. But it looks like he's running for mayor of Palm Beach. Weird shit, dude. Like, this is 2026.
Yeah.
Weird. Shit's weird.
Interesting.
Wow.
Other than that, all I've got is
let's
like,
leave it at that.
All right. Well,
Gotta get
I
ready
guess
for the
we'll
next
just leave
thing.
Cliffhanger. We'll be back.
Sorry,
next week.
guys.
See ya.
Cliffhanger. We'll be back with some true crime.
Powerful.
Our latest true crime. Well, Drake will obviously. He'll be scanning the algorithms for all of the greatest true crime stories.
I got you guys. I got you. Don't worry.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.
Self-perfected, making things clear.